Hello, everyone, and welcome back.
You are the only one who can protect Doc.
I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed. Two of you?
God's as my witness. I know a little bit of magic.
So far, I think I've just found the tightness of Garland's hindquarters.
Yeah. Okay. He gives you kind of a knowing. He doesn't. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tabletop Notch presents Brunkhollow. Chapter 41 is tonight. We hit the big 4-0 last week, and for those of you who notch and soda'd with us, thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed our surprise drop-in from America last week.
For those that missed it, Erica did say that Doxley and TC have been a little tame lately.
Yeah.
Is that how she phrased that?
Yeah.
She hasn't.
We needed to step it up.
She hasn't like.
It's easier.
puked,
It's easy for her to
yes.
say because she doesn't have to sit here and enjoy.
Yeah. And hear me whisper things right past her ear.
That's true.
Yeah. Sorry,
That
Erica.
probably did make it much worse.
Because when you go,
Yeah,
she's the one sitting right
next to you, yeah.
within sniffing distance. Oh God, I will.
Never mind.
Tonight is chapter 41 of Brunkhollow. We've
miss you.
returned from Plover Point, an eventful mining operation in the silver mines up there for the Clinkers. And it's time to get back to our cells. Doxley's in something of a pickle of her own here, as she's been escorted to the infirmary by her friend.
I should have just kept quiet and followed and not said anything.
Yes, that's probably true.
You were trying to be my white knight.
I was never gonna.
So much more to come this evening, but before we get into the campaign itself, let's go around the room.
Sunday night, twitch.tv/tabletopnotch. Welcome to it, you that are here. Thank you. Other ways to watch and listen, though. Tuesdays, you podcast listeners, join us. Fridays, you can get a 4K plus. Damn it. 1440.
Streaming this shit in 8K.
17K. A deliciously high definition
So
version
much
on
data.
YouTube goes live on Friday. Unless you are so kind and you memberize us, patronize us, and subscriberize us on a number of different platforms. And then you get early access. You get Tuesday access to the YouTube video. But otherwise, we love reading. Jordan loves reading all of your comments. The rest of us love reading most of your comments, whether it's on the YouTube video, on Spotify. Take the polls, rate us. If you're listening on a podcast, it's very helpful. Please and thank you. Give us a rating. But yeah, that's where you can find us in between weeks, in between Sundays.
In between Sundays, you can also follow us on social media for funny little videos and puzzles and silly shit. So please come on down. We're on all of the social medias you can imagine. Additionally, we have merch.
Yeah.
March. Everybody loves merch. Things to drink out of, things to carry, things to wear on your head and your body. We love when you make suggestions about merch.
Oh, I know. Y'all have the best ones, and none of them would ever get through.
Yeah, we love that. We
Oh,
really love it. So, like, the more outlandish and perhaps costly the idea, hit
I
us
think
with it.
last week's was the how big's your hole?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant suggestions on the items, like
Oh, like boxers.
underwears.
Yeah.
Body
Exactly.
pillows.
I meant all
body
of it.
pillows. Those were good ideas.
Anyway, check us out, buy that stuff. We love hanging with you guys, so thanks for all the support.
You know where you can hang with us even more is
yes.
discord.gg/tabletopnotch.
Yes.
This week, honestly, it was just filled with a lot of good vibes on the Discord.
I thought you were gonna be like, honestly, there was nothing.
Honestly, I did not enjoy my time there this week.
Yeah.
I usually
Normally
do.
it's pretty good,
This
but
week it was middling.
Pretty
No, the general chat was just full of such good vibes. People just having a great week, and it was I would check in a much needed boost to my attitude on some days, and so I appreciate our Discord for allowing that space. So yes, if you're not a part of Discord and you're feeling like a little bit of a cloudy day, our place kind of cleans that up sometimes.
Also, there's fanfic. Go read the fanfic.
And there's fanfic. Oh my god, the
The
fanfic.
fanfic.
Thank you for your fix. AO3, we have an official tag on AO3 now.
Very
So-
cool. There you go.
Thank you to
Love it.
everybody who got us there.
We announced last week that we're starting a very short little two-off of an open beta playtest, Daggerheart. We had it's me,
Jordan,
and
Saturday.
Oh my God.
Jordan Saturday's Daggerheart. Jordan Saturday's Daggerheart.
Thank you. We had our we did an offline recorded character creation session yesterday.
I lurked in the background. It was very funny.
It was about 4.5 hours long.
Ayo.
Because we did character creation, which for Daggerheart, there's like a whole thing that we wanted to just try out and see how it worked. And then we had to get the players kind of up to speed on TaleSpire and all the other things that we do. So if you are a Twitch subscriber, YouTube member, patron, or Spotify subscriber, you're going to get that character creation VOD on August 1st. So 2 days before we go live on Twitch.
I'm a member.
gosh.
I'll get that.
You'll get it, baby. What was I gonna say? We're gonna go live with the first episode on Saturday, August 3rd. So this upcoming Saturday, 6 days. Holy smokes.
Oh, wow.
Hell yeah.
And then we're gonna do an episode there, and then we're gonna do another episode the following Saturday, 3 p.m., August 10th, and that'll be the end of that journey for the time being as we test out Daggerheart and see how it's going. And then there's other ways. I have a little intermission video for like other ways to watch it and stuff like that. So we'll just keep you guys posted on how that works.
Seems like a blast.
Yeah.
We'll probably like reflect on it too. I mean, there's some things that we really liked along the way, some cool ideas, some other things that sort of, you know, are just sort of different or odd or weird or yeah. So we'll check out all.
Yeah, so like it's open beta, so they have like playtest surveys
Still-
after you
still
do it.
tests
So maybe
going.
we'll fill those out on stream at some point. I don't know. And I just realized I should probably mention the dates because people keep asking. So really quickly, all of YouTube is gonna get an abridged version of those episodes. So we're gonna try to trim it down to like an hour, so they're nice and digestible episodes.
Oh, cool.
And then again, people who supported us and who are getting access to the character creation video are gonna get like full uncut versions of it. So when we're making mistakes, asking a lot of questions about the game and stuff, we're gonna let people enjoy that who support us through all of those other platforms. And again, those dates will be, you'll find them. It's in Discord.
Yeah.
Find 'em in the
It gets all announced in Discord. So
Yeah.
get on Discord.
Yeah, the Discord, easy to find.
One other thing I'll mention is that the Patreon drop is coming up
Hey.
next
Yeah.
couple days. What is it? Tuesday is the last of the month, or is it tomorrow?
I don't remember. It's,
Um,
no, it's not tomorrow.
It's
Tuesday. So we have our PDF drop coming out, which is cool. That's in the works. So keep an eye out for that, and we'll announce that again next week when it's out. But so anyone who is a Patreon subscriber, check that out as well.
Exciting.
Also, it's been a while since I've shouted out Dude and Pokodoko for being excellent mods on not
Hell
only
yeah.
our Discord server, but on Twitch
The
as well.
best.
Thank you all
Truly
so much for everything
the
you
best.
do.
yeah.
You are a delight.
Very, very true.
Hell
Any
yeah.
other announcements before I thank people?
I don't think so. Other than I'm so excited.
Is that an announcement?
That's my announcement. I'm announcing my excitement.
I love it. All right, Low Brass Guy resubscribed, 22's resubscribed. Thank you so much, 22. Snappy Cobra resubscribed. Armor Crocodile gave out 2 community subs. J Brownie 500 bits. Armor Crocodile 895 bits. What an odd number. I love it. Armor Crocodile
something.
1. What?
No, keep going.
Armor Crocodile 1 month sub. Golden Dagger 510 bits. Oh, Billy Bop BA followed. Oh, thank you. I don't usually announce the follows. It's a funny name. Rocky resubscribed. Kiki Magic resubscribed, and then Cave Enclave resubscribed. Thank you all
Thanks.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
Many
I
cheers,
need
many
to
thanks.
resubscribe.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, okay. We got the announcements, so it is time to throw it over to the recap and then the intro, and then we will return to the Wren Ward and find out where Doxley's headed in chapter 41 of Brunkhollow. Here we go, everybody.
Here we go.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Previously, on chapter 40, Boo let the dogs out. The sudden cave-in cut the battlefield in half, and Officer Garland called upon his men to retreat inside where they could wait out the attack. Luckily, Officer Fleck and a few others understood the importance of a united front and jumped into the fray with TC Doxley and Annabel.
Don't you go down on me, recap man!
On the other side of the wall, Illien was doing his best to keep the crushed inmate alive, but seconds later, Ramo Klein emerged from the darkness and demanded he hand over the last vault key. Illien held his ground and learned that Bison's maps were a tool for narrowing down the location of the final statue, and though Ramo disappeared shortly after, this would surely not be the last of their negotiations. When the Bulat finally retreated to lick its wounds, the prisoners spent a few hours mining for silver, during which time they were able to mingle and speak freely under the cover of noise. When they returned to Fort Contrition, they had some new names and leads, though it seemed the Tyruns were finding trouble everywhere they turned. Were the cast-offs about to feed Doxley a knuckle sandwich for dinner? And is Annabel sure she doesn't want to be protected by that very friendly red-haired dwarf? Stick around and find out on Chapter 41, Brunkhollow. Ouch.
Here we go.
Strangely, for someone so recently incarcerated, Doxley has spent precious few moments actually within her cell. The work assignment taking her into the downfield, and now being led by Officer Thornfield to the infirmary, which based on his phrasing may or may not include a surprise visitor or two from the very group that Niall warned you of before you departed from Brunkhollow. Such are the potential pitfalls of making yourself known quickly and publicly. But on the bright side, this was also perhaps a shortcut to unearthing one of the warden's bad seeds, a guard that for the right price can organize an off-the-books rendezvous at the behest of other prisoners. TC sees it too, but his options are limited. Do you make a fuss now and risk alienating yourself to your fellow officers on the first day? Or do you leave Doxley to endure this menace alone? Illien and Annabel can gather the gist of what's going on, but it's not the only bit of noise filling the space at the moment. The Wren Ward has grown into a manageable din as you approach supper time, some of the inmates getting antsy for a bite to eat, others just taking advantage of the fact that there's less personnel on the floor right now. It's a combination of getting prepped for mealtime and dealing with the paperwork chronicling what happened at Plover Point. A number of the officers that were out there have been asked to sort of fill out reports. Fleck was one of them, as Garland sort of took him away to talk a little bit about some of the paperwork that needed to be filed. So as the last thing as we left off was Thornfield sort of leading Doxley just by TC. TC was sort of standing in the hallway there. He sort of pushes back. He has Doxley in front, so you're sort of getting kind of pushed from behind. And he's leading you down the hallway there. Is there anything else you wanted to say as he goes by?
Under my breath, maybe.
Sure.
Just like a... Come on, Doxley.
He passes by Indira's cell, and then the next cell that he gets passing by is the corner cell that Illien's inside there.
Wow, sister, already getting off for good time? Is that what they say? Good behavior.
Good behavior, yeah,
there you
exactly,
go.
Illien.
Let's keep talking to a minimum. Another push there. She disappears around the corner there. TC, you're here now, a little quieter now here in the hall. Unusually quiet because two of the people on the floor are Illien and Annabel, who seem to be kind of trying to listen and see what's going on. But anything else?
Right. So now it's just me on this. He's going through.
Yeah. So you're on the third floor, and you're on this. So you're on the sort of south end of the third floor there. Yeah.
All right. Yep, I'm gonna keep going towards over towards Illien there, or I guess past.
Because you were up almost at Doxley's cell, so you had passed by Illien. You can turn around and go back to him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, turn around. Great. Let me go back and pass by Indira's cell. Again, you give a little peek in, and Indira sort of, as she seems to have a habit of, she's kind of back on the other end. She likes to kind of almost like curl up in a little ball, kind of on the backside, like on her little straw kind of bedroll there. She looks like she's kind of thinking.
I'll like make a point of making a few loud steps as though I'm like, continuing on.
As you're gonna step by, she just sort of straightens, sort of reflexively with the sounds of guards passing by.
Get over to Illien's and very quietly get up close to it so that when we talk, it's hard to overhear.
Sure.
You are the only one who can protect Doc.
It's too early for me to be blowing my cover here. She can handle herself. And if she can't, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I've got your fucking stick, by the way. What the hell is this about? And I'm like, taking this thing out.
Too quiet. We'll assume
yeah,
you're
okay.
talking quietly. But
I've got your fucking stick, you fucking weirdo. Do you want to tell me what this is about?
Later, if it comes to anything. Porfirio and Indira, they're planning on breaking out somehow. Use that to your advantage to see if you can get something from other guards. I don't know.
All right, and you heard the name of this guy that just took her, right? Thornfield?
Yes.
All right. Keep your eyes out, keep your ears out, though. I can't remember if I told you to watch out for fucking Destiny. Officer Destiny.
Sure.
She's real. Just watch out.
Okay.
She's rough.
I'll cross to the back of my cell.
plays by our own rules. Loose cannon. One or the other.
I'll cross to the back of my cell. Officer Welker, if we could empty my piss pot early. It's a bit full, please.
Right by the front of you. Back up a little bit. Quiet. Gods. It's been a long enough day already, hasn't it?
No manners.
Back up to the fucking closer up to the bars again.
You look like it.
Very good. Very good. All right. I gotta do the rounds, but I promise I'll keep an ear out and make sure they're not tearing it to pieces down there.
Just give a nod. Lay down.
As you lay down on your little straw cot there, you look up at the ceiling and you see that little hole in the ceiling in the corner there. Continuing along the line, keep pass by F, G, which is now empty, that's Doxley's, and then H, you get kind of past Annabel's there.
Get close. Hey, how you holding up?
I'm fine.
You fine?
I'm fine.
I feel like I'm more stressed than you right now.
Well, it's all a matter of perspective, ain't it? You're
Watch
the
out.
one with all the power, and I'm the one behind bars, so I'd suggest you take one huge breath.
Well, from out here, it feels like you at least have a quote-unquote safe place to come back to there. I feel like I'm out here amongst the wolves all the time.
Just, TC, take a deep breath. You got this.
I'll tell you what I told him. Watch out for Officer Destiny.
Okay.
And it was Thornfield that just took Doxley down.
Yeah. You
That
gonna
might be
try to
more
check in
personal.
on her?
I'll try.
All right. Thank you.
Do you need anything to...
He got us some stuff, but not everything.
You did? Okay.
If you do see him, no, don't say anything.
All right.
Just, fuck, I really need some of my stuff. And I told him it was higher priority and he didn't fucking get it to me, so. Anyway.
You didn't ask for a book, did you?
Why would I ask for a book?
I don't know. Doxley was screaming about a fucking...
Yeah, I think she wants a book to really, just sort of hit somebody in the throat with it. Because she said a big book, and she don't strike me as a reader. Am I wrong?
It's brilliant.
No way, I'm wrong.
No, brilliant on her, Pratt. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
As you guys are kind of talking here, you just notice out of the corner of your eye some sort of soft but heavy footsteps, and then like one big hand, and then another. And you don't get the impression that this person overheard, but that someone heard some talking and has kind of approached the bars of their cell here. And you see sort of the big gray hands curled around the bar, and then a big face sort of pushed up against the bars there.
I don't want you to get in trouble. Do your rounds.
Quiet. And I'm gonna like give a bang. Yeah.
And as you do that, those hands kind of disappear off the bars.
Right.
TC goes down the hall.
TC gives a big little bow. Thank you. Yep, I'll keep going around there.
Make your rounds.
I get a look at this Goliath.
You can, too. Yeah. He's pretty tattoo free. There's like, you can tell that maybe normally he keeps a shaved head, but there's a little fuzz on it right now. Like it hasn't been tended to in a while. It's a little uneven in a couple places. He's got to be in his sort of early 40s, maybe late 30s. And sort of, he looks like he has very sort of large forearms and hands, like he works with them for whatever, job or living that he once had.
Was that me? I overheard somebody talking about the big hand. That was me. Yeah.
I did that.
That was me. I overheard somebody asking, they wished that a Nestor could have gone up against the
Yes, against the Boulette. Yeah, some of the guards were sort of gossiping about that, yes.
You are a big fucker, aren't you? I'm gonna
He's retreated a little bit. I mean, he's in his cell. He's not up to the bars at all.
I'll kind of get a little closer there.
And you can tell as you kind of get up to the bars that he's almost like, oh, what's this? Like he's trying to pretend like he wasn't just up to the bars a second ago.
What are you in here for, big man?
He like slowly turns to you. And he takes a couple steps forward, and each step that he does, like, he seems to like grow in size. Cause it's just the illusion. He starts to regret. It's just sort of the illusion of it, like he was farther away, and as he gets closer, like his head rises higher and higher. They don't have it in the books.
Haven't been down to the logs recently. Watch yourself. There's new blood in the jail.
I will.
All right.
Thank you, officer.
Officer Welker, that is.
Thank you, Officer Welker.
All right. You better get some rest. Who knows who they'll bring out there tomorrow.
It's almost dinner time, sir.
Right. Long day. Go about your business.
Annabelle's gonna sort of lean out of that side of the jail, so if DC can see her, she'll be like, "Oh!"
Make my way.
Continue on.
Savage.
Damn it. Doxley, you're led down the hall and kind of you get past the door for the third floor and out into that atrium, the open sort of area in the center that has the staircase spiraling around. Each guard that you pass by barely bats an eye. I mean, they know Officer Thornfield. They seem to, like, a couple of people kind of give him a nod as he passes. Nobody questions him. He moves quickly and quietly through the prison here. It seems that as long as you have a clinker escort and you're not heading somewhere that's obviously off limits, there isn't much questioning of one's sort of intentions as they move throughout the ward here. A few snickers and jeers can be heard coming from the floors above as you appear into the atrium, and you hear the name Tyrun being thrown around a little bit, some whispers, some snickers, some eyes peering down from above. The sight of a Tyrun in chains evidently amusing to some. You descend the stairs to the first floor, where you entered in initially, and then you continue down even further to the first kind of sub-level.
the infirmary is like pretty clearly visible on the first floor, right? Like,
You don't know where the infirmary
Oh,
is.
okay. It's not like open where if I see what clearly is an infirmary on the other side or something.
No,
Okay,
you
great.
don't. You are not aware of that. TC had to go through a couple rooms to get to that. That had the 2 benches waiting area with the guy that you
Got
spoke
it.
to. So it's not like immediately obvious when you see it.
Okay.
However, if you weren't suspicious already, your gut does tell you that the sort of architecture of the building. You've never seen a place that kind of stashes an infirmary in the basement. That is unusual. It'd be hard to get sort of people and supplies down there when they need it to. It's usually on like a first floor because it's the easiest sort of place to access if someone was injured. When you spiral down to the bottom, you get to one of several barred doors. So there's this little sub-level that's, again, still out. If you look up, it's open. It's like the atrium. But then around the perimeter is like 1, 2, 3, 4 little like gated doors, similar to like a cell door that look like they slide open.
Okay.
He walks up to one of them, one of these several barred doors, and he unlocks it and slides it open. And you continue down a little hallway, maybe 25, 30 feet, where you reach a second barred door, very similar to the one you just passed through. Okay. And there's another officer that's posted there. There was a stool there. He was sitting on it. He's not holding it in his hand, but he has a spear sort of resting up against the wall. He sees Thornfield coming and sort of doing his officer duty. He grabs the spear and sort of stands, not in a threatening way, just like in a, ready on post kind of way.
Okay.
He stands and the two of them kind of face each other. And the man that's escorting you speaks first. Open up, Joshua. This one's been recruited to help clean up the mess in the storage room. And I haven't got all day. And you see the guy that he's talking to sort of raise an eyebrow a little bit. It's Officer Duffin while we're on duty, as I am tired of reminding you. Wow. And you left the gate open again, which you are not supposed to do. I'm turning right back around, Joshua, no need to cry about it. Well, you're not the one who's admonished if they see it open, are you? Close the damn gate while I do a cuff check. Sighs, he turns back around, and the Thornfield who was escorting you goes back down the hall the other way. Again, not that far, 30 feet away, back the other direction. He's heading back toward the gate. And as he does, the officer that was there at the door starts to just jiggle the chains right at your wrist, just making sure they're tight, locked up, cuffed, all those things. Your wrists first, and then he goes down to your feet there. Are you the new Tyrun?
That'd be me.
Well, while you are supposedly cleaning up some mess in storage, it might be easier to do your job if your shackles weren't as tightly fitted. If I give you some slack, can I expect a kindness in return?
I'm always happy to return a favor, Officer Duffin.
There is a prisoner on the 3rd floor named Porfirio who came into possession of a letter that I wrote a little while ago. A letter detailing how me and a friend of mine plan to make a little extra coin on the side while we're cooped up in this shitbox. I need that letter back so that fucker doesn't have me over a barrel. I've tossed his cell more than once and I couldn't find it. But he's chummy with Myrtle Sweets, who I understand has roots in Slim Harbor. Tell her to tell him to get me my damn letter back. And you can hear it. He's finished closing the gate, and then Thornfield's on his way back.
Myrtle's an old friend. Shouldn't be too hard.
Good. And he what he does is, so the cuffs and the leg irons, they cinch together, and then they have a pin and then a lock that keeps the pin in place. So what he does is he undoes the lock but keeps the pin in place.
Okay.
So it's like clicked. So right now it just looks like they're on, but if you with one hand remove the pin, your hand would come free.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
So he keeps the lock off on both wrists there and both legs there. So there's pins in them, but no lock on them there.
Okay. Okay.
Scary.
And is the lock just like kind of one of those standard like locker locks that kind of like if it were to just be pushed back
it's
in
like a
place,
padlock.
it locks?
Yeah.
That's the word I was going for.
Push lock.
Pushy lock.
Yes, like a small padlock. Yep.
Okay.
In addition, give me a perception check.
Oh, golly. 4.
Okay. Nothing in particular about the way he's hurt.
Okay. I'm gonna take a drink.
So as Thornfield comes back around, he stands back up. We're good to go. Officer Thornfield, please do not forget to close the gates next time. You shut the fuck up, Joshua. He kind of pushes through. Come on.
Start moving.
Moves you inside. I'm gonna pivot back upstairs for just a moment here.
Oh my god, I have so many butterflies.
Illien, the noise that you can hear coming from the atrium, it's almost taunting you. It's like being grounded in your room while the kids are playing outside, because here at your corner cell, you can't see out there. As Doxley and Thornfield pass by, your instinct was to kind of whip around and look out the other side, but there's nothing there, like most of the other cells do. Your stomach is grumbling something fierce after a very physically strenuous afternoon. But there isn't even anyone that you can make eye contact with to commiserate, other than TC, who passed by and is now gone. You're hungry, and you're sore, and you're alone. And the only thing that plays over and over in your mind is an image of a key at the bottom of a lake. As you sit upon your straw mattress, sort of pat with your hand the spot where you stashed some of the things, the dice, the cards, the ether cigarettes, you can feel them there. And you wonder what Kate would make of all this. Whether she would have found motivation to join you on this mission, whether the allure of magic, either from Annabel or the Nightingale Ward, would have been tempting enough to pull her attention away from whatever she was working on with Maeve that you still haven't quite gotten a full grasp of. You also feel like you can picture the disapproving faces of your mother and father if they were ever to find out that you wound up in a jail cell, even if it was of your own design. Prison is not a place for the direct descendants of Lachlan and Meryl Tyrun. Not that there weren't a couple close calls as you were growing up that required some smoothing over or others taking blame. So these are the things that are kind of running through your head as you're sitting in your cot there.
Every couple of minutes, I'll stand up, head over to the gate, put my hands up there, see if there's anything I can glean from, like, whispers or yells of Tyrun's coming down, seeing Doxley. Give up, walk back to the back of my cell, look back up at the tube in the corner, and then after like 3 or 4 rotations of that, figure out when the next guard passes by, and then...
It would be TZ. You went all the way down to the end of that, and then he would loop back around the other way. So if you wait for him to pass, yep.
I'll wait for...
TZ sort of moves by, gives you a little look on the way by, and then continues on.
Then I'm gonna take that stick.
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna turn over the piss pot and hop up.
Careful, it's full of piss.
Oh no!
Fucking flashed against
Gets his foot
yourself.
stuck in it.
Yeah.
Gently balance up on it, and now with the stick, try to dislodge that rock.
With the firm nature of the stick, no longer a sort of flexible piece of straw, you're able to get it into a little wedge, and then and a little rock, you catch it in your hand as it kind of drops down there.
It explodes.
Finally, something right.
The rock says, "Look up, idiot."
I'll toss that rock over to the bed, and then... Hello? Can you hear me better now?
There's a brief pause there.
Hey down there. Welcome to the fort. Looks like you're stuck in a corner like me. Been almost a month since somebody occupied that cell. Word is that these corner units used to be something else before they were repurposed into additional cells, so that's why they got these little pipes for ventilation or whatever. I don't know, maybe it was a kitchen or something. Fireplace. Clinkers had it blocked up, but me and the last guy were able to clear it out just enough so we could hear through it. My name's Corbin.
It's nice to meet you, Corbin. My name's Illien. I have to ask, there was a rock jammed up in here. Was that because you were annoying the hell out of whoever was here before me?
I hope not. No. I think they plugged that up a little haphazardly before they brought in a new inmate, which is you, I guess.
It's nice to have someone to talk to in this dark, shady cell.
Yeah. You placed here natural, or you transfer to try to get a reduced sentence?
Transfer with my sister. You may have heard her blurt out, we're one of the Tyrun gang. Yeah.
I've heard the name, but I'm not from Paran originally, so I got no beef with the Tyruns, nor any particular allegiance either way.
Alright, well, nice to meet you, Corbin. Aside from having a nice person to talk to, is there anything we can... I don't know, what can you tell me about the prison? More now that I'm a fresh meat here. Is there something I should look out for? Things that I'm not aware of yet?
What do you want to know? I've been here for a while, and I don't get out that often. Charges like mine make me low man on the totem pole for labor assignments. Too much time alone makes a man's head start to spin, you know?
Yeah, it seems like the person before me, or maybe it was long before me, there's lots of markings on my wall. How about you?
I've made a few of my own.
Nice. Some nice caricatures. Good at artwork.
I try to write the names of people from back home so I don't forget them.
That's lovely. I guess one thing I'd like to know is there any prisoners in our ward, or not, that I could get some things from?
What kind of things are you looking for?
Oh, anything from tobacco to things to entertain myself. A book. I think I saw someone with a book when I came up here. That'd be nice to read.
Sammy's on the 4th floor. Sammy Stock. He's who most people go to here in the Wren Ward. There's other in some of the other wards if you can get out. I know you went out on your assignment earlier. That was with the Sparrow Ward, right?
I believe so, yeah.
There's a woman named Mallory in the Sparrow Ward who can get you what you need. Toughest part is getting a message to Sammy, you know? Floors don't cross over that often, so you might need to find a friendly guard face to bring you the message, or if you're lucky, maybe you can see if you can get someone to let you in on their mealtime. When dinner rolls around, they do it 2 floors at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And, unless you cross over with the floor that you're looking for, you gotta get someone that can hand a message to somebody else. A lot of people use hand signals. They stick their hands out through the bars in the atrium. Unfortunately, that's not really an option for guys like us in the corners.
Right. That's great info. It's been a long day, and I have a lot to stew on, but I'm happy to have you here, Corbin. Nice to talk to someone. Thanks for the info.
Nice to meet you too. Let me know if you need anything. I know most of the people in the ward. Nice to talk to you.
You hear some like breathing on the other end there.
I'll wait a moment. And then, conscientious of guard rotations, hop up, fix everything, and sit back down on my bed. Think about the Sammy, Corbin, what was the other name? From the Sparrow?
Mallory.
And then just keep an ear out if I hear anything about Doxley.
With no love lost between the two officers that sort of give each other some sneering smiles as they pass by, you turn a corner and you go down a very short staircase, just a couple of steps, 4, 5, 6 steps. And you arrive at a heavy wooden door that's already cracked open. And unlike the doors before, wooden construction, not quite as, it's not like metal bars, doesn't have the same kind of appearance. And as he pushes it open, you see a storage space that doesn't seem like it's seen much use lately. Some dusty barrels, a small pile of what look like dried kindling or logs for, feeding fires, and a few splintered crates that are open, you can see the inside and the contents have already been taken from them. There are, however, some iron loops affixed to the walls that look a little newer than the rusted metal bands circling the barrels. And you're led over to one of them and latched at the midway point of your wrist manacles in such a way that your hands are raised up over your head. So you have the wrist manacles, and in the middle, he grabs the middle, pulls it up, and then puts it on. It's like a hook, but then the top of it latches, so you can't just, take the manacles off. So it goes up, and then he puts the latch and sort of locks that latch there. You are not the only person taking this posture, either. For there are 2 elves similarly anchored to the opposite wall, hands above their head, little wrists sort of looped over there. And these 2 elves haven't said a word since you've entered. They just sort of watched. Occasionally you'll hear the wrists kind of jingle a little bit. One of the elves is very stout, sunken eyes, and a comb-over. And the other has a long face with a kind of bulbous nose. He's very pale. You'd guess that he doesn't go out on too many of these sort of downwheeled labor assignments based on the very, very pale complexion of his skin. And with the chains in place, Thornfield kind of steps back, dusts his hands, and he makes a show of patting down his pockets with a look of confusion on his face. I seem to have forgotten the broom. Can't clean the floors without that, can you? I'll be right back, and while I'm gone, try not to spill anything that can't be mopped up. Yeah? I'll be right back. And door closes. Wow. And you're in this room here with the 2 elves.
Kind of under her breath after the officer leaves. What a fucking loser. Hi.
They kind of look to each other.
You here to clean up a mess too?
The elf that sort of has the long face and the bulbous nose, he looks up towards his shackles and he reaches up, pulls the pin out of one of the wrists, reaches down, pulls the pin from his leg irons. And the other guy looks over, follows suit. And they kind of come down for the little latch on the wall there.
I gotta say I'm a little disappointed. 2 of you?
One of them takes a couple steps forward and he reaches down, he grabs like a piece of kindling from that pile of sort of logs there.
My name's Doxley Tyrun. May I ask after yours?
No. But Kieran says hello.
Kieran, you say?
Takes a couple more steps. He rears back. I need you to roll initiative for me.
Oh my gosh, I'm just rolling initiative?
What did you think was gonna happen?
I didn't think I would have an action. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh shit, okay. Alright.
Stick is right here, and she's like, what are you gonna...
If you could tell Kieran...
Alright.
Oh my god.
Okay, I got an 18.
Ooh.
Thanks, guys.
You don't know their names, so we're just going to call them Elf 1 and 2.
Kieran didn't... Does that mean anything to me?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I didn't like have a brain fart. and
No,
that
no.
name-
It's definitely not like immediately familiar to you.
Clemens says hello.
Kenzo sends his regards.
That would actually hurt my feelings.
Oh, big time.
My feelings would be hurt.
Okay. 12 was
Okay.
elf 1,
Okay.
and 17 was elf 2.
Okay.
Fuck.
I get first.
Okay.
Doxley was elf 2. 17 elf 2.
Yes.
No,
Too many
a
numbers.
2 was 1 and 1 was 2.
Shut up.
Wait, what's the order?
Doxley, elf 2 and elf 1.
Oh, thank God.
What? Oh,
I thought you were after. Thank God.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she's gonna get a wallop. What's your HP at?
35.
Okay. Your AC is
Okay.
like 12.
Go ahead and throw your monitor on.
Oh my God! I get a map and everything?
Do you still have the
Oh,
10 hit points
no.
from your natural?
Just a couple, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 30. I have 30 natural and then 5.
Let me come in and sneak attack them.
So this is a little. So this is on the same map as the prison that we had before, but this is a little sort of basement store. So this was the door that he led you through there, the wooden door there. There's another wooden staircase on the opposite side of the room that looks like it goes up, and there's like a hatch that looks locked. So you're not sure if it's like a storage hatch or something, but there's a different way out of this room besides the one you came through.
Okay.
So you are here underneath. Currently, you have your hands strung over this, wooden or not wooden, metal loop on the wall there.
Okay.
And across from the room were a couple metal loops. This is where they were, and then they took off their shackles and approached there. So you
Okay.
have these two elves. So this one here, actually, we'll say the closer one, had already grabbed sort of one of the logs off of this pile here, and is sort of mid-swing here. And I am going to give him his attack. Sort
Okay.
of.
Any other changes to my AC aside from no armor, like because I'm locked up or anything?
No, not. You still have the ability to sort of get out of the way because you're not. Yeah, no. Given that the shackles are relatively loose.
Okay.
That is a 15 to hit.
That'll hit.
Right. As he hits you with this thing, it's not like a full log. It's kindling.
Right.
So it is as it whacks you across the face, it breaks. So it's a
Sure.
one-time use kind of boom,
Nice.
and the piece kind of goes flying. So it does do. It's effectively a club,
Okay.
but it breaks after one use.
Okay.
So you take 5 bludgeoning there, and then he looks like he's gonna reach for another one. But you're the
Okay.
first to act here.
Doxley's going to take her 2 hands and with the pins like on opposite wrists, just like quickly unsheathe them. How long are these pins?
Not. I mean, a couple inches.
I love that. Okay, and her legs are still shackled together but not attached to the wall.
Not attached to the wall.
Okay,
yes.
cool.
And those ones, they would require you reaching down and taking the pins out. But the locks on those have been
Are still unlocked.
Yes, are unlocked.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna unhook my wrist.
And as soon as you do that, and the pins kind of ping ping make a little bit of sound, you can see them sort of surprised by that, like they didn't see that coming. The other one's kind of grabbing another piece of wood there,
Great.
and you can see them both about to kind of double charge you there. So what do you do?
So with these little pins in my hands kind of like sticking out through my knuckles, can I
my
get down to
God.
this one guy's side and just try to stick it right in his
You
thigh?
may.
Okay.
Give me. It was effectively an unarmed strike here.
Okay, so it's just gonna be plus my strength.
Strength and proficiency,
Strength.
because you're proficient with your
Proficient
own
with a little
fist.
pin? Oh no, I'm doing. Oh, unarmed.
It's not. They're small enough that it's basically just a fist strike.
Cool, I wanted piercing. 16 to hit.
It is going to be piercing damage, but
Oh.
it's going to be the amount of an unarmed strike.
Gotcha.
That will hit.
Okay,
So
great.
what is your unarmed strike damage?
4.
Great. So you do 4 piercing damage to him.
I almost said bludgeoning, but it's not.
Nice.
Okay.
Great.
Roll that die.
He pushes you back.
And then, now that you say it's a fair fight, want to have a conversation first?
And he looks like he's gonna like tackle charge you. Like he's
Okay.
ducked down and he's like going shoulder first.
Okay, so let's see.
That was also one attack.
Attack again, baby.
Got another.
And I have another little baby pin. All right, seeing that I only enraged him.
Frankenstein him. Both sides.
further, just tell me when you get tired, and I'll come in from the other side, same like
Give me
thigh.
an attack roll.
It's a 17 to hit.
That will hit.
Nice.
Yeah, let's go. Another 4
Another 4
piercing.
damage. Great. sticks in the other thigh, and he goes down to grab both thighs, and he pulls them out, and the blood sort of drips off of both of the pins there. Fuck! And the rusty pin there is like, you can see the blood mixing with the brown there on his thigh.
Yeah, let's go. Okay.
Tetanus.
Okay, so
We all have dead.
okay, so that was my action. Is there anything that I can grab as like a little bit of a shield, like a one-time use sort of?
There's some
plank,
lids
or-
of barrels and crates that you could maybe use as a shield.
Okay, and then for like kindling and stuff, is there any way like I can climb on top of that at all? Or, like-
Acrobatics check maybe to do so. It's like it looks like this. So you're kind of like standing on sort of loose small logs.
Okay, cool. So I think I'm going to. Oh yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna go and try to grab like a plank. If I have to proc opportunity, I'll do that.
Okay. Give me a perception check to
Okay.
see if you can sort of pick out a decent one there.
10.
10. Okay. I mean, you go to grab kind of one of these. He's gonna make an opportunity attack here as you kind of go look at the crates to try and find.
Okay.
He's gonna take a swing there. Ah! And that is a natural 1. I should have looked before.
Yeah.
Well, he still swings. He
did
just
what you
misses. he's sort of in a weird squatting position because you can tell his legs are hurting him. So he
Idiot.
as he swings. Okay. You
Alright.
grab the top of one of these crates here, and the interior of it, you flip it around. The top of the crate had 2 handles so that you could lift it. So you flip it around so the top is facing toward you, and you slide your arm through it here. So that might break, but it'll absorb the blow of something.
So ready to make a deal, boys.
Fucking get
That's it. That's my turn. Let's
Not
go.
gone.
What does that add? Does that add like 2 to your AC?
Yeah, that's 2 to your AC.
Okay, so I
It
got
just
14
might
now.
break very easily
Yeah.
if it gets struck.
That's pretty sick.
Okay, they're both there. It's you and then both of them, right? It's not split up, so they're just gonna
Yes.
both charge you. We're gonna
Okay.
have both of them go. The first one is going to. This guy's actually gonna run and grab something from the pile first.
Okay.
But this one's gonna attempt to grapple here. And he's gonna try and kind of tackle you here. So this is contested athletics check.
Okay. Let's go.
It's a 14.
19.
19.
Motherfuckers.
You use the shield to like push him to the side there, and just as you're turning back around, the other guy is coming in with one of
Yes.
those pieces of kindling. So this guy got kind of pushed this way, and he's gonna make an attack there. That is a 14 to hit.
Meets it, beats it, I guess. Yeah.
With the shield
With the
as well.
shield,
Okay,
yeah.
so
Okay.
so the shield doesn't break. You just as you push that guy out of the way,
Yeah.
you're unable to get the shield quite up in time, and get smashed with another piece of kindling there. That is 6 bludgeoning damage.
I love getting hit in the face, says Jordan.
So fun.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so your turn.
All right. I'm gonna turn my attention to the guy I've already hurt.
Okay.
And I guess to preserve the shield, I'll use my offhand or whatever
Sure.
and just do a non-lethal
Oh, boy.
unarmed strike.
Sure. Go ahead.
That's a fucking dirty 20.
That will hit.
Go.
Is
So
that
it's
another
4
4?
bludgeoning.
Okay.
Illien
What
opened his
name did
mouth.
they say? Kieran?
Kieran, yep.
Yeah. Karen's gonna be pissed at you when you find out you lost him a job. And then boom, another unarmed strike.
Go ahead.
Non-lethal.
Oh fuck.
Ah, shit, 8.
8, that will miss. Yeah.
Oh
so
wait, no, sorry. That was a 4, 10.
10, that still is gonna
Okay.
miss. Yep. So just in time, he sort of staggers back, and again in a sort of weird squatting because he's still got blood sort of pouring off the sides of each leg.
Okay.
Hold her!
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay, he kind of staggered back a little bit, and now he's going to charge forward again.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna try and grapple you again.
Huge. Okay, let's go. So contested?
Yes. 19 on the grapple.
Come on.
Don't grapple me, babe.
13.
13. So pushes you kind of up against the wall here, and he's got you in a grapple. Get her! And the other guy's gonna run over to the pile. He's gonna grab one hand, 2 hands. He's got 2 pieces here, and he's gonna boom, 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 boom. He's gonna try to hit you with both of them
Okay.
here. They have a thing where if their friend is grappling, if the target is grappled by an ally, he has advantage on
No,
the
man.
Okay.
That's a 13 to hit.
If I have the shield still, no. That
So the first one his thing splinters and breaks, and your shield cracks and splinters. You no longer have the shield effectiveness,
Okay.
but you blocked that attack.
Let's
Sweet,
go.
love
And
it.
he's gonna go in for the second attack. 15 to hit.
that'll hit.
Boom, ping, and all these wooden splinters kind of flying around the room here. And that was a 3 bludgeoning damage on that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So
Okay.
he's kind of like holding you
Great,
against
so
the wall while the
kind
other
of-
guy.
Can I get a friendly reminder on what grappling will mean? Is that the one where I just don't move?
Your movement speed is 0 while
Okay.
you're grappled. Yeah. And normally a creature doesn't necessarily get advantage when a creature's grappled. That's restrained,
Okay.
but these guys are sort of coordinated in that way.
And then to maybe get out of this grapple, I would have to use my full action for
Yes,
the turn
to attempt to escape,
contest it.
yes.
Okay. And how does this guy look? This elf that's pinning me to the wall here.
He's bleeding pretty hard from his blood on down his face and down both legs as well. You could tell that he, because he's injured, is trying to be the one that like holds you in place while the other
Okay.
guy kind of wails on you.
Okay.
So
Okay. I'll like join him in this grapple, and I'll say, I hope you don't mind when I knock you out. I'm gonna make a deal with your friend, and poof, poof, gonna come at him with another 2 unarmed strikes.
go ahead.
Okay, please. 23 damage.
Let's
go.
4 bludgeoning, non-lethal, please.
I'll assume, unless you say otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume they're all
Unless he says, tell Illien.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'm Illien.
Right.
All right.
4
attack
blood,
number
4 blood. You see this time, you hit with that one.
21 to hit.
That will hit.
I can't believe
He's
yeah,
looking
yeah.
very disoriented.
Nice.
Okay.
And in addition to that, as you hit him the second time, he looks back up at you and spits a couple like teeth out.
Ugh.
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay.
Christ.
Can I also, with that last hit, I would like to use a maneuver if those stay
Okay.
non-lethal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Depending which one is it?
Great. Let me know if this will work.
It's blasting strike.
Finishing blow.
I'm gonna try to use trip attack.
Okay.
So I add more damage to the die, but also make a strength saving throw. I guess
Okay.
I should do the die first. And that's a D8. So another 4.
Another 4. Okay.
Make sure that's correct.
Come on.
One more good class.
These guys are stout.
Okay. Large strength saving throw for you, please.
4 plus 7.
Fails.
Fails.
I fucking
So,
knock him on his ass.
You knock him
Yes.
down. You are free from the grapple.
Oh,
As you
sick.
knock him down,
Go.
because he sort of fell prone there, he reaches out to kind of grab your ankle there, but you are free from the grapple itself.
Great. And as
Well
he
done.
falls to the ground, I'm gonna look at the other guy and second wind, and I'm gonna
Okay.
heal.
Oh!
So
Oh, yeah.
D10 plus fighter level, which is what are we 6?
Yeah.
I get 12 HP.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Oh fuck these guys.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
that is my turn.
Okay.
Doxley's in her
This
element.
guy, as he's sort of grabbing onto your ankle, he pulls him like army crawls forward and gets kind of behind you on the other side. And the
Oh.
other guy, he's gonna try and shove you, like trip, like what's that called? Where you try to trip someone over the other person.
There's a word for that?
Yeah.
There is.
Hobby horse him.
Topple.
I can't remember.
Clothesline.
But he's gonna. It's not clothesline. It's that thing. That thing.
Clothesline. That thing.
So
Yeah.
give me an athletics check.
Okay, athletics. Oh god.
Dirty 20.
19.
Oh, he had advantage because the guy was helping him with the.
With the hold?
but yeah, without that.
Was that his turn to help him with the trip?
The guy on the ground, yes.
Okay, sick.
So you get knocked over,
Okay.
and in addition, you kind of go tumbling into these crates.
So loud.
You get kind of pushed into the corner, and the guy that pushed you, so the shove was one of, he made an attack there, and he comes kind of up over the top, and he like dog piles on top of you. So there's 3 of you in the corner here, all like with the crates moving around. You're trying to shove the crates out of the way. Other pieces of wood are falling on top of you. He still has a splintered piece of kindling kind of up in
Okay.
his arm there.
Easy boys, one at a time.
So this group here is sort of all crowded in the corner.
Okay.
Okay, that is his. Oh no, he can make
Blind
it.
or
Real,
shit
yeah,
right
real
now.
pointy-eared pile up going on over here.
Pointy.
That is a 12 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, that was just an unarmed strike. So the 3, it's 1 plus strength modifier for, I think that's right, for
Yes.
unarmed strike. Yeah, so 3 bludgeoning damage.
Chat says you got tabletopped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done, well done.
Okay, so
But not a shirt.
Yeah.
I draw tabletop.
as he throws that punch, like there's nothing stable for him to stand on, and the crate that he's standing on kind of gives way. So he falls on top of you, and you're all like, oh, fuck.
It's-
Oh
This your
my
first fucking brawl, boys?
Go ahead, it's your turn.
Okay, am I able to get an honest strike at the guy who's hurt?
Yes. So you would have disadvantage on the one that's up, but you would have a straight roll on the one who's also on the ground.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so like under both of their weight, she's gonna try to like shimmy, grab the guy by the collar, and just boom, like elbows into the nose.
Hell yeah.
Non-lethal. A 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Okay,
Yes.
4
Okay.
bludgeoning.
I need you to
Fuck,
give me
man.
End him here. So the difficulty is 3 plus the spillover damage. So 3, 4. So difficulty is 5.
Okay.
And because it's an unarmed strike with no weapon, you get advantage on this roll.
Oh,
Okay,
you
so
got this.
I roll 2d20s,
Yup.
and the higher one has to be higher than a 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got this.
Is a 5? Does it tie in my favor?
Yes, Ty is in your
Oh.
So 5 and up, guys.
Yeah,
You're
you got like
with advantage.
80%.
Couldn't possibly.
You got this.
Shut the
You got
fuck
this.
up, everyone. 15.
Oh my god. Why did that take so long?
Hit him with the elbow there. Spits a couple more teeth
Right?
out there.
And I think that was just one of my hits.
Yep.
So I'm gonna turn to the other guy and ready to talk, and boom, try to go at
So
him.
this is with disadvantage.
No one needs to get knocked out here.
No one needs to die here. Aw, man, fucking 8 to hit.
That's gonna miss.
Okay.
Okay, he's going to reach back and grab sort of one of the lids of the crates there and just try and smash you in the face there with it.
Okay.
And he has advantage on this because he's up and you are down.
Okay.
That is a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Hits. That is 4 bludgeoning damage. And like sort of holding you at arm's distance, trying to get as much reeling back as he can. He's gonna go in for another unarmed strike. That's a 13 to hit. That's just an unarmed strike. 3 bludgeoning damage. Okay.
Okay.
Eat him.
Quickly at the top of her turn, she's gonna try to get up.
Okay. He's not holding you down, so you may do so.
Okay.
Give me a athletics with advantage because it's not him, but there's like pieces of wood and stuff. Yeah, there's all this crap on the ground that's sort of making it hard to.
17.
17, great. You get to your feet, give a couple things a kick there.
Okay, I'm gonna grab him by the collar. Seriously, I'm trying to make you some fucking money. Stop fucking hitting me.
Don't want your fucking money.
Oh, you stupid fucking idiot! I'm gonna come at him again.
I'm so rich you don't even realize.
17 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, 4 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Ooh. Doxley's on the floor.
Wait, that's bad.
What? Oh no, like I'm in the octagon.
In the house. Okay. You're actually in the house.
Okay.
Okay, non-lethal again. I'm gonna try to smack him. Oh, honoring
Whoa.
it. What is it?
Doesn't look good.
That's a 9.
So 15 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay,
Yep.
another 4. You know what? I'll save it.
Don't do it.
Bad influence.
Fuck it, yeah. I'll use another
Yes.
maneuver. I'll trip attack.
Good.
So
Oh,
another
I-
D8 of bludgeoning,
Okay, do the
non-lethal.
damage first.
6.
Another 6. Great.
Great, and then I'm gonna have you make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Nobody could possibly die to this music.
13.
Fails.
Fails.
Just
Okay.
fails.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, so now can I? What's an opportunity attack like if he is prone and I try to move away? Like,
You would
is
have
that an honest
disadvantage
strike?
on the.
Okay, yeah, I'll try to move away out of this fucking corner.
Okay. Clunk, clunk. You
Yep.
step over the body of the other guy.
Excuse me.
He's
Excuse me.
gonna make a disadvantage attack of opportunity. 11 to hit.
No, that misses.
That misses. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
12. Okay. All right. Give me this.
Oh,
You're
sorry.
rolling good. Okay, I'm gonna try to move. Let's move like my full 30. Where does that take me?
Okay, so
Run and hide.
so that was 10 there, so you have
Okay.
20 from where you are here. Where would you like
Cool.
to go?
Anywhere where I might find like a more menacing looking weapon, whether or not I try to wield it.
Okay.
Use it.
Give me a perception check.
Oh wait, I realize my ankles are still a thing. Would I have less movement?
Yes. So
Okay.
your movement is reduced by 10 if you haven't not taken them out.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
And you
So
said perception.
you have another 10 feet, but give me a perception check.
8.
Yeah, I mean, the most practical weapon is this pile of kindling here. I mean, again, it breaks on contact, but at least it's a little more potent than a fist.
Okay. Having not found that, can she try to maybe snag another like lid or something just to get a little extra armor?
Sure, yeah, I'll say you can grab another one. Get one of those.
All right. That's my turn.
All right, he's gonna stand up there.
Okay.
He's having movement. Hops down from that crate. He's gonna go for one attack here. Can he make it to? No. 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
He's gonna circle around you here, reach back and grab one of those kindlings, and come up over the top there.
Okay.
That's an 11 to hit.
That'll miss.
Because of the shield, or even
No.
with, okay, great. So the shield does not break. You just stuck out of the way there.
Nice.
All right, your turn.
All right. Having the shield in one hand again, just gonna try to pop him right in the jaw. Okay.
Oh, right, I guess.
19 to hit.
That'll hit.
my
So that's
God.
another 4
4
there.
bludgeoning. Let's
Nothing to
do.
say. Go.
Oh, and you know what? Once more, I'm gonna use trip attack.
Okay.
So,
Roll the damage first.
yup, non-lethal 3 bludgeoning.
3.
Go ahead and make a strength save.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 17.
Okay.
He stays up there. Keeps himself steady.
Okay.
Sort of seeing it coming this time.
One last go with my last attack.
Okay.
Boom, like dead in the chest, like right on the ribs. Yeah. Honoring it. Oh, I shouldn't have honored it. It's an 8 to hit.
That's gonna miss.
Ah.
All right, he's going to, the pile diminishes, but he's gonna turn around, quickly grab 2 and throw one and then try and bonk you with the
Throwing
other.
firewood at me, you weirdo.
That is a 13 to hit.
That will hit the shield.
Great, breaks the shield, and then he's gonna try and hit you
Okay.
with the other. I think there's that's another 13, so
That'll hit.
That'll hit. Okay. That is 5 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, okay.
And then
Oh, God.
he is. No, he's gonna stay there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Finish him.
Any other lids nearby that I could just grab like quickly, or?
Unless you want to, you would have to go searching in that kind of pile in the corner there.
Okay. Here we go.
Let's finish him.
Boom.
Yes.
Boom.
Just with fists.
Yes.
Okay.
Please. Well. No, because
The
you said I got
logs-
advantage.
The logs will do more damage, but fists make it more likely you'll succeed on a non-lethal.
Yeah, I
strike.
wanna try to do that. So non-lethal fist.
Okay.
That's nice of you.
24 to hit.
That will hit.
4
All right.
bludgeoning.
Give me another non-lethal, and
So-
this one's even low. This is a 4, I think, because it didn't spill over as much.
Okay,
so.
with advantage.
Yep.
Oh, okay, 12.
Huge.
I wanted to be nice.
He staggers back. The logs are all kind of spilling down. He reaches to grab another one. Falls on the floor.
Hell yes.
Wow.
I love it.
Who's gonna clean this mess up?
And you're left alone here in the room.
Apparently.
Quiet.
So disappointed it was just 2 of them. And I'm gonna start dragging them kind of back to where they were hung
Sure.
and like putting them back in their restraints.
You can. The locks will lock on their own. So if you put them in the restraints and click it closed, like it's actually locked. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll like hang them and just put them back in their spot.
Jesus.
And then Doxley's gonna put her manacles back on. Oh wait, you know what? I might have a second. What's in that other room?
Give me an investigation check.
Yeah.
And you have a moment. Give it with advantage. You have a moment here to poke around the room.
Oh gosh, 21 for that.
21.
Yeah.
You take a moment to look around, and a couple things that you notice. The hatch does indeed seem to be locked, and it's like an iron hatch. It would take some significant effort to try and like bust that open, and you don't know where that leads. In the other room, it appears to be kind of more storage. There's a number of like glass bottles in there, but they look dusty. They look old, like maybe they once were. If the you know that from the guy that you met in the woods, that they order sort of big shipments of healing potions, because one of them was stolen by that guy. But these are all empty. So this could have been a previous shipment that have all been used, and here's the empty bottles. You see like little teeny droplets of red at the bottom of a couple. So old, like maybe at some point to be repurposed bottles here that are in this room.
Okay.
In addition to that, though, as you're sort of just picking them up, making sure there's nothing in them that sort of looks different than the healing potions, they all look more or less the same. Get the dust off of that one. Something catches your eye over to your right. You take a couple steps, and you look forward, and you just press on the wall, and one of the bricks is like a little loose there.
No fucking way. Like, as if I could pull out, or like if I push in?
Well, it does push in a little bit, but it seems like you could pull the brick out.
You get it stuck there.
You push and you hear.
Fuck. I will do my best to get my fingers in there. And... my fingy.
The brick comes out, a little heavier than you expected as it sort of drops into your hand. And you peer inside, and it looks like there is two, like maybe vials, and around them is like a piece of paper, and it's tied with a string.
Okay. I would like to reach in and grab those.
You may indeed. You pull them out. Give me a nature check.
Oh. Oh. Oh boy. 3.
You don't recognize one of them. One of them is sort of some kind of foreign, sort of thicker substance that you're not familiar with. One of them, however, you do recognize because the Gorianon on occasion would utilize such things. It looks like truth serum. Which Illien was also in Illien's possession earlier.
That stuff is expensive.
Yeah.
And the note that was wrapped around them says for Nestor. So it seems like, as you're sort of looking at it, like this was like a little drop point. Like someone would come in, put it there, and then someone later on would come in and fetch that and take it upstairs or something.
Okay.
So something you don't recognize, some truth serum, and just a note that says for Nestor, and you don't recognize the handwriting or anything.
Okay. Can I take that note and maybe find a little bit of broken, like kindling or something?
Yeah, there's splintered wood everywhere in this room currently.
Maybe just find a spot where they clocked me real good, get a little bit of that blood, and write Doxley wants on that note, and then put everything back to where it was.
Okay, sure.
Doxley like.
Doxley like.
So the note now says for Nestor, Doxley wants, and you and you're putting it back in with the two
Yeah,
vials?
I'm honoring that little deposit.
Okay.
I'll cover it back up. And then I'm thinking long game, baby. I think. And then I'm gonna go back to my spot, maybe like brush away some of the debris.
You kind of kick it into a pile in the
Yeah.
corner.
Lock myself up and just.
Are you actually locking them?
I locked the other
Going back.
ones. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna lock.
Great. So as you get it over there, you then reach aside and click it. I don't like that. So you're hanging there. You look across the room and
Good snooze.
you're just here with these two guys.
Oh my god.
Fucking Karen.
They're gonna pivot upstairs.
Oh god.
Well played.
Thank you, Dice.
You've done a very good job keeping up appearances both within the mind. I thought I could tell you needed some positive reinforcement.
I needed to hear that. Thank you.
What's that?
Wow,
You've done a very good job keeping up appearances both within the mine and on the walk back, but finally when you're left unsupervised, you let your shoulders slump. You teeter on the edge of complete and total exhaustion. Your palms are burning from that rotating of the pickaxe over and over, and there's blisters forming between every knuckle on both hands. It's an archer's nightmare. As you look at your hands, you sort of think of that. The thought of like pulling a longbow's full draw weight with those tender fingertips is like agony to even picture that as you look at your red hands. And you think that there's still time, but the M enclosure right now feels so far away. The operations here have been so orderly and so regimented that it feels like someone's always breathing down the back of your neck. Hopefully you think as the cracks in the system kind of reveal themselves to you, you'll be able to use some weak points to your advantage. And the names that you've heard over at Plover, Mallory and Sammy, which Illien just learned as well, aren't a bad place to start. Oftentimes those that provide such services are the same kinds of people that know how to get around a little bit. You have to be able to get your product to your customers to make a profit after all.
Yeah.
Merwin reappearing would also be a comfort, for no other reason than to maybe regain access to certain magics at your fingertips. And even if you don't plan on using them right away, not having that component pouch, it feels like you're missing a layer of clothing, like it feels like you're out in the cold without a jacket. Like people are seeing you in a very strangely vulnerable state. So you're here in your cell, sort of letting your hands, you rub your hands a little bit, but even that hurts, so you just kind of like, just sit with your palms out, like letting the tenderness just subside a little bit. That sort of throbbing sensation.
I'm gonna take a deep breath and I'm gonna head over to the side of Nestor's thing.
Sure.
And I'm just gonna be like, hey, you curious what happened today? Or are you just trying to rest?
A little bit of a pause, and then once again.
Sounds like there was some trouble out there.
Yeah, we fought a boulette. Well, I hid. Others fought a boulette.
A lot of people get hurt.
2 guards, 2 prisoners died. Other people got injured, yeah. Thank God it was only those 4, really. Then, of course, we still worked.
They always make you work.
Yeah. But I know that's the only way you get a lower sentence, so I suppose it wasn't bad.
Strange. I thought I was supposed to be out there today. Guess I should be thankful.
Yeah, maybe. I guess these things happen for a reason. Does that happen a lot, where you're supposed to go and then you don't?
Officer Kirby Thackeray does the rosters for Plover Point. And when there's a Wren Ward team going out, he usually makes sure that I'm on it. I move a very high volume compared to others.
I bet you do.
Kirby came by my cell yesterday, said that I'd be going out. But something must have changed. Maybe they just wanted to see how the new folk could fare.
Maybe, but they could have still taken you and taken the 3 of us if they'd moved. They didn't take. Who's that moody elf with the long hair?
Porfirio.
Would he have somehow influenced somebody to get him on a roster? Like Kirby?
I don't know. Maybe.
You know who that, mad little dwarf is? On the 2nd floor? You know his name?
Yeah. I do. Did you have a problem with him?
Well, yeah, a little bit. But I've defended myself before, so I'll be alright. I just want to know his name, I guess.
Peregrine.
Thanks. It's easy to spot the fucking crazy ones.
Not always. Nice when they make it easy, though.
Yeah, that's true, Nestor. I'm sorry you didn't get to go out.
I will.
Yeah, maybe it was a blessing.
There's some talk going around that Kirby can make the rosters work for you for the right price.
Oh.
Get you more outdoor time than you'd otherwise be allotted. never had to worry about that myself. I move a very high volume compared to others.
You think he's trying to shake you down?
No. I think maybe someone else wanted to make sure they got out there. It happens.
I guess you can't take things too personal in a place like this, huh?
I don't.
How long have you been here, Nestor?
6 years on the sentence, but here at Fort Contrition, 8 months.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from Piran.
I'm from Saugus.
Never been to Saugus.
It's a shithole.
Not Piran. I loved it there.
I like Piran. Getting a look over the ocean.
Harbor's beautiful.
All those ships. You ever think about getting on one and just going? When you were out, I mean.
No. I liked it there too much. I used to play a game with the person who was in that cell before you. Would you like to play a game?
Sure, I like games. What kind of game?
It's called Gods as My Witness. You say 3 things about yourself, 2 of which are true and 1 of them untrue. And the other person has to guess which of the things is untrue.
All right. Who do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
All right.
God's as my witness. I've been married twice. God's as my witness. I bred horses for a living before I was arrested. God's as my witness. I can't swim. Give me an insight check.
Okay.
Oh, I like this version of the game. Yeah. Numerical
Insight?
value.
Oh, hell yeah. That's 25.
25.
Oh my god.
Wow. Just some of the vocal intonations and cues that you pick up on, you think that maybe he has not been married twice. That's the one that sort of seemed a little out of sync with the others.
Okay. I think you ain't been married twice. I bet it's 3 times.
Just the once.
All right.
Still married as far as I know.
Wow. Bet you miss him.
I do. Your turn.
All right. God's isn't my witness. I hate peas. God's is my witness. This is hard, Nestor.
Take your time.
My favorite color is pink. God's is my witness. I ain't never been in love.
I think you like peas.
You're absolutely right.
God's as my witness. I'm allergic to strawberries. God's as my witness. I tried to escape once. God's as my witness. I know a little bit of magic. Make an insight.
Please, Matthew, please.
Oh, even better. That is 26.
26.
Oh my god.
You've been around people who have claimed to practice magic before, and it indeed seems that that is a bit of a, a falsification on his part, a fabrication.
Okay. I bet you don't know magic.
Too obvious, I guess.
God's is my witness. I had a pet, Eurolon. No, sorry. What's the little?
I don't believe you.
Eurolon. No, sorry. What are the ones that the little guy?
Almaron?
Almaron.
I meant
God's is my witness. I had a pet Almirage as a kid. God's is my witness. I beat the shit out of my cousin when I was 8. And God's is my witness. I know a little bit of magic.
I don't think you know any magic.
You're right. That's the one.
Double bluff's a good one. God's is my witness. I have a tattoo on the bottom of my foot.
Must have hurt.
Yeah. God's is my witness. I've never seen a cleric up close in person. God's as my witness. I meant to kill those people.
Ooh. That's only a 10.
It's difficult without, you're a good reader of people, but
I
being
can't see him.
being unable to
Yeah.
see him, you're going only on vocal cues. So.
Wow.
I think you didn't mean to kill those people.
I don't know. I don't know.
And you see the hands sort of come off the bars, and quieter and quieter. I don't know. And that voice gets quieter, gets further away.
Oh, Nestor. Some people deserve to be killed. And I'm just gonna settle back on I feel bad. Oh, I fucked it up. Oh, sit back on my cot.
But that is where we're going to take a break. Doxley's had her time to shine in the basement there, and a little getting to know Nestor.
Doxley's gotten so much I feel like I'm over here.
Does anyone have any corruption?
Do any corruption?
Any corruptions going on, fellow officers?
I'm feeling a bit red this afternoon. Would anybody like to share?
Illien got to speak to his
Oh my god, Corbin!
Oh, a lot to learn about Corbin.
Corbin.
But that's where we're gonna take a break.
Dallas
We'll come back.
multipass.
Wow.
It's Fifth Element. It's
Oh, okay.
Bruce Willis's character.
Lots more
Let's put it on during the break.
more intrigue, more things to learn. But that's where we're gonna take a little quick break. throw it to the puzzles and games, and then we
Yes,
will...
but first, there's a little sneak peek.
Oh, yeah,
We have a little reveal of who is in Daggerheart. There's a little sneak peek of the character creation video. Just a special little treat. And then Brunkhollow, so get your Brunkhollow Powerball.
Oh, it's
numbers
first?
ready.
Wow, you made him wait for the Powerball.
I did. They're more excited about Powerball than
More
Daggerheart.
time to put in
It's
guesses.
like, what the fuck?
That's true.
They've been thinking all the first half. They haven't even been watching.
All right, everybody, we'll see you after this quick break. We'll see you on the other side.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Daggerheart.
Yeah.
And Ferris are humanoids who possess sharp canines, pointed ears, and horns that come in a variety of styles.
Come in a variety of styles.
Kyle, look at all these horns.
Hey kids, you want some ones?
Like kind of Toad-esque, but not Toad, because that is not. I would never.
You can be. I'm assuming you mean Toad from Mario.
Yeah, sorry,
Toad
from Mario.
Yeah.
Who's a
Hear the
little
voice?
mushroom?
Let's hear the voice.
I know what I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So, I'm looking at the menu.
I'm still deciding. You order. You order.
Oh my god, fries for the table.
yeah,
Would
please
you
come
guys
back.
have?
You know what you want? No.
Just 6 waters.
Yeah.
Fries.
There is a tree growing on them, like a little tiny tree. So I'd be willing to forego both of these options for the tree. I come to you with a tree.
I will let you have both.
What? Yeah, what did I do that makes you cautious around it?
Makes sense.
Zootopia.
Mushtopia.
So it's canon now. Zootopia.
Mush top? Wait.
Mush top.
Mush top.
Mushington.
Mushington.
No. I'm doing
We're all
2
good.
shorts. Short bow, short sword.
It's like 2 pairs of shorts.
I got 2 pairs. I
Just
got my
for
denim
some
cut-ups and my khaki cut-ups, and I'm good to go.
Who is that?
That's a new character. Okay.
Let's see. We're going to be live streaming it on Twitch Saturdays, so August 3rd and August 10th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And then if you want to catch the episodes later down the line, they will start becoming available in 2 different ways. We're going to make abridged episodes that are a nice, digestible 1 hour long for everybody on YouTube and in podcast form. And then for our special patrons who give their money to help us make more of this very silly show, we're gonna make the uncut versions available for, let's see, patrons, YouTube members, Spotify subscribers, and Twitch subscribers. So all of you will be able to watch all of the full sessions and all of the mistakes and all of the questions and all the exploration.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We hope you enjoyed a sneak preview as well as other fun
hell.
games and slideshows and various other things.
One day, y'all are gonna get that Powerball.
Jordan,
Stop it.
Saturday,
Stop it.
Daggerheart.
Stop it.
Jordan.
You stop it. It's scary over there. It's a scary place.
I can't possibly imagine.
Thank you. I look so stupid.
Look great.
You gotta fill up that square. Fill that square.
All right, we're gonna dive back in, but before we do, is there a
Yeah.
couple?
Oh my gosh. Here we go. Oh yeah. Somebody was so freaking lovely. Give me 1 second. I gotta find
Oh,
out
hey,
where it
lovely
was.
person.
Kayvon Clay resubscribed, Kiki Magic resubscribed, I'm Geeky resubscribed, Ivan OB18 gave out 10 community subs.
Whoa.
This month,
Thanks,
thank you
Ivan.
so much.
Poor
Armor
Ivan.
Crocodile gave a sub, and then Anonymous Gifter just did 5 subs.
Hey.
Oh,
Thanks, Anonymous.
Thank you.
Who are you?
Thank you. We really appreciate this.
Yes.
And back we go into the Wren Ward at Fort Contrition.
So stressful.
It's not that the job of patrolling the cell blocks is particularly demanding or convoluted, but from the way the operations manager described it, you didn't think that you'd be off on your own so soon. There's probably still more for Officer Fleck to walk you through the process of, though for now, they're content to let you walk the beat. 1 floor at a time, a loop around, a loop back, over and over. Eyes studying you from inside the cages as they take in a new face, sort of moving up and down the levels. As someone who spent a lifetime going unnoticed, sometimes intentionally, sometimes not, it's a strange feeling. Even the prisoners that think of themselves as the type to maybe buck authority They might hide a book or stuff something under their mattress or maybe stop leaning so far out between the bars when you walk by. It's this kind of soft power in a place where people know they have to pick their fights very carefully, where in a different context they might be very sort of brash and outspoken. They know that there's no point in making a fuss here now with a new guard moving through, so people sort of keep a respectful distance. Someone who was sort of maybe playing with some dice or their cards, they see you coming and they kind of stash it away just to not ruffle any feathers with someone that they're not familiar with at this point. You saw when you were walking with Fleck, some of them didn't put away stuff as they went by because they know him. They know he's not going to sort of, yell at them or give them a hard time if they're doing something sort of simple and innocuous. When you're not walking alongside cells A through E, if you look on the sort of this first group here on this side, you're out of sight of the floor officer. Each floor has that person at the door who, Welker on 3, they open the door, they let you in. So when you turn the corner there past cell number E, or letter E, you're no longer in sight of them. And you can take your time a little more. You don't have to feel so rigid in sort of the timing of moving down. Cell by cell, you continue to see people of all shapes, sizes, and demeanors. A population as diverse as Piran itself, maybe even more so. Some of them that would send a shiver up your spine even if you passed them in broad daylight, while others so unassuming you'd swear they were placed here by mistake. It's just any kind of person, all kinds of people you see as you go by. So you're moving, you were on floor 3, you were making your way up, so you go into floor 4, Welker on 4, door opens, making around. Is there anywhere that you're looking for, stopping at, anything in particular as you're moving through?
I will have recognized. No, it was 2 and 3 that went on.
Yes.
So
you've already gone past there. Not that you will go there again as you work your way down.
But I have done most of this. This isn't the first time I'm seeing anyone.
You didn't get all the way to the top. I think the last floor or something. But you've gone with Fleck around most of the floors. At least a brief sort of passing through.
All right. Yeah. Not in particular. I mean, again, noticing, I guess, that they're acting differently towards just me. Knowing that someone like Indira, who's kind of lost in herself, had a long day. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just keeping an eye out for really out of place stuff. Maybe.
Give me a perception check.
24.
24. Nice. You try to keep an eye out for just any reactions that are out of the norm. And the norm is pretty much anyone sort of putting stuff away, backing off from the bars, usual sort of behavior as you pass by. One person that you notice is on the 4th floor. We'll say 4G, so above Doxley. Mm-hmm. Is a sort of top-heavy halfling. He's got kind of skinny legs, but broad shoulders, kind of a pockmarked face. And as you are walking by that cell, he actually kind of approaches the bars, and that already strikes you as a little odd. Not in a threatening, sudden way, but he kind of saunters his way sort of forward toward the bars, and he watches you, so you passed him in one direction, and he waited for you to come back around the other way, so not the first time you passed by. Mm-hmm. And as you're coming back around the other way, new lawman walking the block.
And I'm gonna kind of very stop.
You got big pockets there, lawman? Big enough to take things from here to there? Make a little coin while you're making your rounds? Now, that's just common sense.
Now, it seems you weren't so bold to speak to me when I was with my associate before. What makes you think you have the right to speak to me now?
Everybody's got different priorities. New lawman, just trying to get to know you. Maybe I read the situation wrong. He takes a couple of times.
Why don't I get to know you first? What is your name, prisoner?
My name is Elliot, officer. Elliot Gottlieb.
Elliot.
And I'm the kind of guy who has the opinion that, if there's time to make a little bit of money, why not money to be made? It's not like you're not doing your job.
You've got money stashed away somewhere in here.
Yeah.
Does that seem like...
Make an insight check.
13.
13. I mean, it strikes you like he might, but maybe not like in his cell. Like he might have it squirreled away or somewhere that he could access. Yeah, maybe.
I would have thought that be things that people in here dealt with outside of coin. As where are you gonna find yourself somewhere to spend it?
Too true. The coin's for the officers, and the things are for the prisoners.
Well, I make just a fine salary for my means.
Perhaps you do, sir. My apologies.
That doesn't mean that there aren't things that are of value to me.
Takes sort of an exaggerated kind of swoop forward. And now he's probably like 2 feet from the bar, so you're pretty close to each other. He's still behind, he's not reaching through, but he's close to the bars there on the opposite side. What is it exactly that you're in the market for?
I haven't been able to get to know a lot of the people around here quite yet. So fresh, as you so astutely noticed. So maybe just information about who it is that I work with and around, on top of and next to.
Looking for a snitch, sir.
Your words, not mine.
Fuck off, sir. He kind of takes a few steps back. Officer? Sits down over at his kind of bedroll.
Be seeing you around, Elliot.
Officer?
JC can't touch a fucking brick.
Walk away.
Steps further.
Oh, dude.
Make your way back around. So you finish the 4th floor. They open back up. Move back into the atrium. Kind of look up. See all the people peering out. Move to the next floor. On the next floor up, you're now up on the 5th floor.
Everyone stop laughing at me at that table. Please and thank you.
I'm not.
Fuck off, sir.
I come here to roleplay, Matt. I get this enough in my real life.
As you're making your rounds on the 5th floor, you get to 5I, which is the one above Nestor, so not above any of our people here. That corner cell there, that does not have an opening into the atrium. So again, one of the sort of darker cells. And as you're turning the corner around there, something catches your eye, again, just because it's sort of out of the ordinary. Inside, you see a tiefling woman, sort of pinkish color on her skin. And she has very thin horns that kind of stick directly up. They almost look like antenna, kind of, the way that they kind of shoot up into the sort of directly vertically. And as you peer in, at first, it looks like she's like scratching at the walls or something. Like she's at one of the walls and she's like her fingers are up on it. So already just the behavior seems a little odd, a little off. Give me a perception check as you sort of take a peek inside.
Okay. 21.
21. It's dark in there, but as you take a look, she's not scratching at the walls. She actually looks like she has a little piece of paper or something, like very small, and she's putting it up on the wall, and she takes something out of her mouth that she was chewing, and she sticks it on the wall. And as you look, there's like dozens of these. And down on the floor by her feet are like some open books that look like they've had pictures torn out of them, like pages torn out of them. So she's made like a little collage of torn out pictures from various books that she has around.
How many books would you say are on the floor there?
Three
Okay.
that have like various...
And they all look, some of them look pretty ragged.
Some of them seem to have had quite a few things torn out of them, yes. But she doesn't notice you. She's like very...
Okay. Your scrapbooking skills are exquisite.
I pay for books. I pay for books with pictures. Good pictures, though. People, animals, I'll pay.
You like books, do you?
Books with pictures.
I'll kind of make a note, like a a show of looking at what she's done there. And
I mean, like the books that had, you don't necessarily recognize the pictures, but yeah, these books that had illustrations in them. She's very carefully like torn out like little people, animals, and things from the pictures, and she's like stuck them to the wall here to make like a little collage.
Nobody gets mad at you about having to clean that off the walls, do they?
Most people don't see them. Corner cell.
Right.
You see them.
I do. Where'd you get them books from?
I buy them. Trade for them.
From the bookstore here in the Wren Ward?
No.
Well, let's see if I can't find my way towards some in the near future. Unless you have some that you're already expecting.
No.
No?
No, I'm looking for more. I'm in the market.
Your book well has run dry.
Almost.
Did you offend somebody?
No.
Ran out of things to barter for with them?
Yes. Is there something I can get for you? For a book? A good book? Good pictures?
Good pictures. I'll think on it while I look for that good book.
Let me know what you need. I'll try.
What's your name?
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn. Very artful, Jocelyn.
Thank you.
Fun.
Another sort of odd character here in the war.
Fucking hard job here, Anthony.
I know.
This is tough.
I don't know who to fucking nail to the wall or not.
You like books?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I could feel it coming. I could feel it creeping up.
Lost my mind.
Where'd you get that book?
Fuck you. What you got written there? Fuck you. Fuck you, snitch pig.
It's gonna be really hard to DM because that's what I would do. If I were there, you know I would do it. I would be like,
I love that.
So she was in the, what did you say, 5I
back.
there? Yeah.
Elliot told me a bitch was on his way out there. Fuck you, bitch. Alright, 5I.
5I was Jocelyn.
Oh, that was funny.
sweet girl.
Anybody else? You sort of circle around the 5, head up to the 6th floor. Is there anything else you're keeping an eye out for?
No, I mean, I guess I wouldn't know how strange it would be for me to revisit a floor.
I mean, what Fleck told you is you spiral up, and then you spiral back down.
Oh, so you do revisit. Okay, okay.
Yeah, you
all right.
do indeed.
Then I'll just keep going for now.
Have you finished up the 6th floor, which doesn't seem to have anyone that sort of seems to be out of the ordinary, at least in their behavior and activity? When you come back out into the atrium, so you circle around the 6th, and then you nod to the floor officer, opens the door, you come back out into the atrium, and somebody yells from down below, "Officer Welker!" And it sort of comes up to the atrium. You peer over the side of the balcony there. "Officer Garland wants to speak to you in the back office. It's past the kitchen."
Of course, just finishing up this floor.
All right, I'll tell him. He just disappears from the...
So I'm just leaving 6?
Yeah, you were about to go down to 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Garland. Fuck. Fleck's already been down there doing paperwork. He's already talked to him.
Yep,
probably.
that's what the implication was.
Yeah, I'll just go straight down there.
Okay. Circle around. Once again, a little bit of the noise picking up even a little more in here as people continue. You can tell people are sort of getting a little antsy. They know that dinner's on its way, which is one of the few times, if you're not on labor assignment, that you get to like get out of your cell. So people are just sort of, a couple people sort of looking through the bars, sort of smiling up at people because they know they're gonna sort of mingle in a little bit. So as you're circling down, you hear just some of the laughing, people sort of shouting to each other, some sort of whoops and hollers and things. You work your way back to the front, back to the back office on the first floor. So a couple times you sort of ask a couple guards and they sort of point you in the right direction first time through.
And I'm keeping eyes out for fucking Renfield. What was his name?
Thornfield. Yes, you have not seen him.
Renfield. Eating bugs in the corner.
What's up, Renfield? Thornfield.
Yes, I'm keeping eyes out for him too.
They sort of gesture towards past the kitchen. You don't see him at this particular moment. And as you pass through the kitchen, you see Fleck, who's sitting at a table. He's sort of in the back corner of the kitchen. He has a quill in his hand, and there's a bunch of pieces of paper like out on the table for him. And you can see he's like, he looks like he's filling out some kind of incident report, like details of what happened out there. He has a bunch of papers in front of him, very sort of buried in those papers. He doesn't even see you as you come through. There's a little bit of noise filling the air too. You can hear like plates being scraped and things being cooked, pots boiling. Tucked into a little hallway past the kitchen is a door that is slightly ajar, and inside you can see Garland at his desk. He doesn't see you right away, but you can see the door sort of a little bit open. He's at his desk, writing as well. His jacket is removed. It's slung over the back of his chair, a little comfortable in the office that's here. And you can better see his very fit, but a wiry frame. He's not sort of bulky, but he looks kind of like a climber's frame, kind of very sort of thin and muscly. As you get a little bit closer, he spots you and motions. And he motions to the seat across from him, across the desk there.
Sir?
And before he even responds, he sort of finishes up some papers that he's working on.
I'll take a look around, kind of around the office here.
Sure,
and see,
give me a perception check. Anything you're looking for?
Books. No.
Picture book.
Yeah. I don't know. Is this a guy that keeps personal effects? Is it all? Is it all very businessy? Yeah, bullshit. This die is hard to read. 19.
19.
Yeah.
There is a map of Perron on the wall.
Right? Sorry.
Yeah, perception.
Yeah, 19.
There's a map of Perron on the wall that it's divided up into several of the districts some of which we've heard before, the sort of Five Crossings and Slim Harbor and some of those places. And they look like they have little markings on them in a couple different places, mostly concentrated in what looks like the sort of market district, a number of kind of dots there. And your knowledge of Perron being quite good, you look at it and you can't help but, even he doesn't see this, but like smile a little bit. You think he's marked good places to eat. Like he's a fan of fine cuisine. Like you look at the district and he's marked like some of the places where you can get some of the better food in Perron.
Okay.
He's marked a number of places there.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So some of his, because even though he's from Perron.
What's the fanciest seafood place in Perron?
The fanciest seafood place?
Yeah.
Oh, we can come up with the fanciest seafood place. So he takes his time looking at the paper, and then finally, PCD is a big place, and they pay better than most detention centers that I visited in my time. Did you find it more or less to your liking?
It was fine. This just seemed a bit more of an adventure.
A thrill seeker, are you, Officer Welker?
Well, as you saw today, I'm not scared about getting my hands dirty.
I did see that today. Yes, I did. See, unlike here at Fort Contrition, they rarely have difficulty filling an empty post. People lining right up for any job that they have available. Which is why I'm surprised that an officer who disobeys direct orders managed to work there for as long as you did.
You must forgive me. PCD, there was quite a few less gargantuan beasts trying to rip me apart. And yes, I did what I thought would get me and the rest of our men out of there alive. And if that meant putting a few frontliners between me and that beast, and you, sir, then yes, that is what I did.
Did you ever serve under Director Rouse while you were there? Give me a history check or an insight check, whichever you prefer.
Oh no.
History or insight?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Okay.
Which are you doing?
Oh, it's insight.
Okay.
9.
Oh
9.
no.
You don't pick up on it.
Rouse yourself.
Oh, Rouse, old chap.
Oh, rouse that old fucker. Not directly, but I know of him.
I can appreciate a man who does not shrink from danger. Gods know we face more than our fair share out here. Our protocols are in place so that if there are casualties, we end up burying prisoners and not officers. Nobody who's in here stole a few pieces of gold from their grandma's purse. If they perish, the world does not weep.
That I understand.
A man who can shoot and who's quick on his feet is an asset to me. I have precious few of those on my roster, so I see opportunities for you, Mr. Welker. Can I count on you to put the priorities of the green and gray above that of those who are already condemned?
Absolutely.
Very well. It would be strange for me to not issue you some form of condemnation or punishment for your disobedience. I have a couple of jobs that need done around here, Fort Contrition. They're shitty jobs that no one wants. You will do one of them.
I'm familiar with those as well.
I will let you have your dinner and escort your floors down to the mess hall, and we will speak on those tonight. Do you play cards, Mr. Welker?
I do.
Over at the operations hub, there's a running card game. Perhaps we will speak there, unless you have otherwise engaged in dinner plans.
No, sir.
You may go.
One thing. I hope that you will go easy on Officer Fleck. It was me that pushed him.
And yet it was him who's been here longer and knows the rules better than you do.
I suppose I just can be persuasive.
That will be all, Officer Welker.
They didn't issue me a hat, right?
No, that's not part of the uniform.
DC's hand flinches as he's used to doing a little
Did they have hats at PCD?
Head's so cold. Until then.
You get up. Head towards the door. Oh, one more thing.
Of course.
My key ring, if you wouldn't mind.
To be honest, I'd forgotten.
Might want to give those a wash.
Sorry, they might be a little
clammy.
Damn it.
That will be all. Head back out, close the door behind you, and now you're sort of back in the kitchen here. This is not the mess hall. This is the officer's kitchen. So it smells nice in here. I mean, the cooking is, simple but not slop. And there's sort of a crackling fire at one end of the room there that's lighting the room. There's a little pulsing orange and red light. That's near where Fleck is sitting there, sort of drowning in his paperwork.
Fleck is in here.
Yeah, he's still here, sort of writing away. So.
I'll kind of make my way over to him.
How was your rounds?
Mostly uneventful.
Good to hear.
I'm sorry if you catch any punishment on my account.
It's my decision to run up the hill with you.
Well, thank you.
Some people don't know that sometimes the best thing to do is show a creature you're not afraid.
Absolutely. Well, it's good to know that both out there and in here, I have somebody I can rely on.
Well, enjoy your privacy. I'll bet I'll be back with you tomorrow.
All right. I heard heard tell of a card game. Maybe later on tonight. Is that something you will find yourself at?
I might stop by the operations hub for a drink, but I'm not a card player myself. Never was much good at it.
You don't like games of skill or chance?
No, sir.
They call it beginner's luck for a reason.
I don't play, Officer Welker.
All right.
Give me an insight check.
Welcome, Raiders. Hi.
Hi, Raider.
What kind?
Insight check?
Insight? That is a dirty
20.
Dirty
20.
Dirty 20.
You just get the sense that there's some history there, that like maybe gambling problem or something. Like it's obvious that
I said no.
Yeah, that he's a little snippy and that just he wasn't trying to be rude, but it's a sensitive topic. That was sort of clear to you.
This joke is wild. I don't say that. I see.
I'll share a drink with you. Happy to do so after the day.
Cheers.
I'm sure I'll see you in the mess hall when the prisoners come down.
Of course. See ya.
We're gonna shift over to the basement here.
Oh boy.
Dirty
Doxley's
basement.
been waiting.
7 hours later.
It's probably been 10 minutes, 15 minutes maybe. And longer than you thought, as you're sort of hanging there.
Maybe I've made a mistake.
But eventually, you hear some footsteps outside the door and... Door comes open. And Officer Thornfield peeks into the room. He looks down at the ground where there's some of that kindling and splintered wood sort of around. Well, who knew we had such an experienced chambermaid in our midst? No mess too big, huh? Well, I've done my part, so I think it's time for you to return to your cell, I think.
Don't you think Karen wants to see me?
I think Kieran wants to see me. Shall we?
May I come with you?
No. Take your hands off of me.
Well, when you see him...
They're still on. He just
Yeah,
takes you
I'm
off.
just- I'm just
Okay,
adjusting.
he just takes you off of the little rack there. Pins!
Surprise pin, bitch!
When you see him, would you mind telling him that if he ever wants to negotiate something with me, maybe not send 2 toddlers to come and do it for him?
I'll tell him that.
Thank you.
Pushes you up that little staircase, down the hall. You get to the sliding gate, and as you go by, that guy that was that unhooked the things is sort of still there, and he just gives you a nod.
Cute little wink.
You walk back out into the atrium there, and as he pushes you out and you sort of become visible here in the atrium, you hear some ho 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 woo, some whistling. People seeing that, you know, you took a couple licks, but not still standing on your feet. As you kind of come out, you look up. Some people, like hands between the bars, like.
Doxley with the manacles on, gonna put her hands like palms together and just kind of do a little.
As you do that, Thornfield like grabs your wrist there. Come on. Gets you back to the 3rd floor. Thornfield on 3. Go inside. You hear that, him shouting, Thornfield on 3. This is like as you've just gone out of the kitchen, sort of in your thoughts, and as you hear that, you kind of look up and you see Thornfield going like through the door on the 3rd floor.
Okay. I might quickly then, because I'm kind of going back to rounds right now.
Yes, until dinner time.
I'll try to, again, not sprinting, but like go back up to 5, like where I kind of left off, as though I'm coming back down, so that hopefully I will miss him. Like he'll still be on 3. I'll go past.
Sure. Yeah, you spiral back up the stairs without stopping on each floor. You go all. You start to, you know, moving your way up.
Yeah.
Moves you through the hallway. Gets to your cell. Did you want to say something as you were going by? Sorry.
Do they come? They come from like ABC, right? And I
Yeah,
see them
they
coming.
come from this way, so they go around the corner and past you.
Doxley looks a little bloodied.
Yeah, she looks like she's been hit a couple times.
She's gonna have a big smile on her face though, knowing she's passing your cell.
You're like.
I see you. And I rush up to the cell and.
As you rush up to the bars, Thornfield takes out his club and sort back.
Back already on bad behavior, it seems, sister.
The baddest.
Come on. Gets to herself. Inside, closes it up. Feet. Hands.
As he does it. Karen in the Wren Ward.
The eagle.
Disappointing.
Back in your cell here.
Do we even know if Kieran's a prisoner? I guess it's implied.
Seems like, I don't know.
Anything
Yes.
that you would like to do upon returning to your cell?
I wanna talk to her.
Sure, yeah. As soon as you wait for the footsteps to disappear down the hall.
Hey, you okay? Yeah. Just made a couple of friends, is all.
No, like, really? Did you make friends?
Potentially. Probably not, though. People that have beef with the Tyruns, but you never know.
You're awful fucking cryptic, Doxley.
What do you want to know?
How did it go? Tell me everything.
Let's see. They escorted me to a place where I was chained, and then other people were chained, but then they weren't chained, and then they tried to beat the shit out of me. And I beat the shit out of them instead.
Okay, well, good for you. How did you do it with your chains when they weren't chained?
I guess I did make a friend. But I gotta do a favor for him. Do you know, Porfirio?
Oh, yeah. The guy next to me is named Nestor, and the profiterole is the guy next to Illien. The moody one with the long hair.
Oh, I see. Alright, I've gotta maybe try and get something that he's got. He's got some kind of, thumb over a guard. And I'm supposed to set that right. And you said there's a Nestor next to you.
Yeah, just so we know who's next to who.
I found a stash that was labeled for Nestor.
What was in it?
2 vials. One was something I actually didn't recognize. I'll try to describe a little bit of its appearance.
You can make it nature with disadvantage because she's describing it to you, but you can try.
Let's go.
Disadvantage. That's 11.
Oh yeah, not quite. Yeah, it sounds like maybe some kind of harvested from some kind of creature, but you're not sure what. Yeah, it seems like an animal-based product substance.
All right.
The other one was actually truth serum.
Oh.
And I figured it was, Well, now I'm wondering what far Nestor means. If it means give it to him or make him guzzle it.
Give it to him.
Yeah.
But anyway, I left it there and I wrote a note that said, Doxley once. Because I had very limited amounts of blood to write a note to get across that I want things.
I mean, it's sweet and to the point, I guess. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty straightforward like that.
All right.
Just in the middle of this conversation happening here, there's an opportunity to continue, but as this is going on, you hear from down below, someone sounds like they head into the atrium, and it's a voice that you recognize. It's one of the guys, that guy that Mr. Wells, Officer Wells, who was the intake officer when you first kind of came into the ward. And as he's inside, supper time approaching, top to bottom today, so we start with 5 and 6. As always, you should be ready and at attention or your meal will be forfeit. And there's a bunch of boo meals booing at that. Hey, and I know how much you all like that slop, so ready on 5 and 6. Ready 5, 6. And you hear some officers sort of marching their way up to so you can still talk because it's not your floor yet, but you can hear that they're starting to escort people down.
I want to tell her, about hearing about Sammy and Mallory in the Wren. I want to tell her about the human woman and ask her if she knows her name.
Did you get her name?
Human woman.
The stocky human woman who looked like
stocky
she'd been
I don't think
gotten
any
in
of
some
us
fights.
did,
Yeah, I don't
but
think anyone got that name.
I'm gonna float that
Yep.
by. I'm gonna tell her the dwarf. I'm gonna tell her about that whole interaction.
Oh yeah,
and
that dude's a creep.
absolute.
Yeah, that was the one who was shackled next to Doxley. when
Yeah.
they were walking.
You tell me his name's Peregrine?
Peregrine, yeah. And I'm gonna tell her about the Officer basically just tell her all of the stuff I know. Officer Kirby Thackeray,
Sure.
modifying stuff. Say that Nestor said he was supposed to be out. My guess is Peripheral did some shitty shit.
Right. So as this is like you're describing all this, and 5 and 6 go down, they head into the mess hall. You were not called to escort them, but presumably you will be assigned to some group of prisoners. But so it seems like they allot kind of about 20 to 30 minutes for people to come down, have a bite to eat and stuff, and you haven't entered in the mess hall yet. But that's.
I'll tell you about Kieran and the ward too.
Sure.
Great.
So 5 and 6 are going to eat now.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I will then. I'm gonna skip 4 and Elliot. I'll go down to 3.
Okay.
Where I know they're at.
And Illien, anything during this time? Were you?
Honestly, just waiting until Doxley got there, seeing Doxley stewing, trying not to explode, and not knowing what's happening, and then he's gonna take 2 of the dye that are in his bed, and I'm assuming what we're wearing doesn't have pockets or anything.
They do have a pocket. They have one butt pocket. That's small. You could fit a die in it, or pick up a pair of die in it.
Put 2 in my back pocket.
It was the same thing that Porfirio slipped the piece of glass in your
That's
pocket.
right.
Yeah, so they have one sort of pocket just in case you have to carry something with you. It's very obvious when something's in it because it's like so small that like it's pressing against you, so there's an outline there. But I mean, if someone wasn't looking really closely, like a die makes a tiny little bump. Someone was really looking.
Depends on the butt.
Okay, in that case, I might, just because I'm worried about causing any stir, just hold him in my hand, and then get ready to put him under my arm or something, like in my armpit.
Okay.
And hold him.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it for waiting for supper.
Right. Wait for supper time. Okay. A weirdly kind of, for you, incredibly unusual, helpless feeling in regards to Doxley. Like, you've never been confined to a space where you couldn't. There's been times where maybe you helped when you shouldn't have, times where you wished you could have helped but didn't, but you've never been in a situation where you didn't even have the option, and that's sort of like such a frustrating, sort of trapped feeling.
Yes.
TC, or Annabel, was there something else?
I'm just gonna ask her
Yeah.
if she. Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
With Healing Spirit, how bright is it?
Not. But it does glow. It makes like a spirit.
How much can I see of? Because it has to be where I can see. So can I like see Doxley? Like I can kind of. Yeah, exactly.
You cannot see into Doxley's cell.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, if she sticks her hands out or like her head between the bars, you could see her, but you can't see into
I
her
end
cell.
up casting the thing like in the hallway, like far too visible. So never mind. All right, I'll just say like, how badly hurt are you?
I mean, I've definitely seen better days, but I have seen worse too.
All right. Well, sorry, but good on you.
It was fun.
Well, good.
The time that you wait for your dinner allotment is about an hour because 5 and 6 go, and there was some time before that. You can effectively a short rest during this time. So all the three of you.
Nice.
And then question for you for like how we've noticed certain prisoners. Does anybody have little cigarettes or anything up behind their ear? You know, like that classic look where
give me a perception check. Sort of as you were moving up and down the 11. You definitely didn't see it as people were like. The only times you've interacted with a lot of other people is like when you were going out into the downwheel and stuff. They didn't have it then, but it's also possible they weren't doing it then because it's too obvious. You know, like you haven't seen that many people in their cells other than maybe when you were passing by with Thornfield.
Okay.
And you didn't see anybody like tucked behind their ear or anything.
Okay. All right.
But you know that people have stuff with them. So.
Right, but no one's like blatantly branding it.
Not someone that you've seen thus far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
guys,
please.
Continue.
TC, you were heading to the 3rd floor there.
Yeah, I'm gonna, knowing that she's back in her cell, I'm gonna go check on Doxley.
As you kind of walk by sort of 3D there, Porphyria, who's been in his cell, he sees you and just kind of raises an eyebrow. You've walked back and forth a few times on the 3rd floor. You get the sense that, and Annabel did this when she was first in her cell, she sort of mentally counted how long when a guard went by and went back the other way. Your times are probably just a little skewed because you stopped to talk to a couple people, so he just gives you a little raised eyebrow as you kind of go by there. You don't get the sense he's like, on to you, but something, hackles raised. All
right. Yep. No, I'm gonna
turn the corner.
I'll make eyes at Illien like I'm
Just sit there.
Pass. Checking on Indira and seeing if she's still kind of in her own world there.
She's at the back of the cage. In fact, right now she looks like she's looking into the atrium, like out the back side of the cell. I'm not doing anything in particular, but give me a perception check.
Because I wanna. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You can't see because her back is to you, and it seems like she's doing it in front of her. But similar to before, when the guy came in and like made the sort of cigarette motion, and someone seemed to like respond to that, it looks like she might be making some kind of hand signal. Okay. But you can't see what she's doing because she's blocking it with her body. But she seemed to be signaling to someone else on a different floor.
Okay. All right. Well, as I go up to Doxley's cell, I wanna position myself so that when I speak, I'm like, I'm really facing away from there. Sure. But also knowing that she was able to kind of very quickly and quietly move up to the front of the cell, I want to make sure that she's not coming up and looking at me talking.
Give me one more perception.
25.
25. You do a quick, you take a couple steps forward, give a quick look back. Yeah. You get the sense that because whatever she's trying to signal for, she's preoccupied with that. So you're by yourself here.
Can I get up there to the cell? Are you all right?
You see Doxley playing with one of the ether cigarettes, just kind of like smelling it, rolling it between her fingers a little bit.
You got yours already.
Yeah, didn't you?
No. I haven't even seen my quarters yet, so who the hell knows? And I'll kind of come up and put my hands on the bar. Your brother was worried about you.
My brother was.
Deeply.
I'm all right.
Good.
How are you?
Just checking in, seeing that Adira's not
there.
making great progress.
I'm sure you are, TC. What do you need from me?
I don't need anything. I don't know how we're gonna get to that other ward.
That I'm not sure of either yet. But it's only been a few hours.
True.
Let's keep kicking some bees' nests and see what comes out.
I better keep moving.
And just at that moment as well, you also hear, "Hey, got Emerson on 6, open up that door." And the door opens up, and you hear someone.
Oh,
and
shit, I don't know
walking down the
this guy.
hall.
I don't know
No.
this guy. Oh my
You
god.
hear what sounds like you heard like a, and then like rolling a cart or something.
Okay.
You hear the rolling, and it turns around the corner, and you see a man coming around the corner, and he's pushing a cart that has a number of what look like blankets that are rolled up,
Okay.
sort of tightly rolled up into it's like almost like a shopping cart, although it's wooden. It's like a little cart.
Yeah.
And as he's moving along, "Officer," he moves by you. "I was told that 3H needed a replacement blanket. Open up on 3H, please." You hear someone behind you. It's the
Yeah.
floor officer
Yeah,
comes,
yeah.
and she's kind of flipping through the keychain there. Coming.
Doxley's backed away.
Yeah, I've moved on, and I've maybe
Sure.
even gone around the corner to
Sure,
the,
you do so. They're up at the ammo cell.
Is my shit like tucked? Oh, like
Yeah, you put it in.
Okay, so
you
it's
put it-
not like-
so there's two set. There's the straw
Okay.
cot mattress,
Great.
and then there's a blanket on top
Great.
of that. Now, there's
I wanted-
nothing wrong with your blanket, but
yes, of course,
but,
of course.
But yeah,
okay,
so
great. I will back up wherever I'm supposed to.
please stay against the back bars. Put your hands through the back bars toward the atrium, please. Connect your hands, please. Grab one wrist from the other.
All right.
All right. Close it up when you're done, Marwin. She turns, starts. Okay, we have a replacement blanket here for you. What was wrong with the old blanket? Oh, that's too bad. We'll go ahead and get you a new one right away. Takes one out of the thing.
Officer,
Who walks in? I'm just gonna take your old one.
sounds good.
Now, be careful when you open this one up, because I'm not gonna get you another replacement if you tear this one.
Understood, officer.
All right. Have a good night. Puts the blanket there.
Thank you.
Exits the cell.
Oh my god.
And a little time passes. Emerson on 3 again. Open up, please. And then you hear the like
Oh my god.
of the crate.
Oh my god, this guy.
And as you turn around, you see all the way rolled up, very tightly, sort of with the twine around the outside of it, like tightly packed bedroll there, or blanket.
Brilliant.
I'm going to. The only officer on this floor is TC, right?
Yes, and he had gone back, so presumably he will come back around the other way. but-
I'm gonna open that shit up then.
And as you unroll it, you start to see a number of things that you've requested. Petals, keys, a tiny bell, a piece of fleece, a number of
Damn.
things. Each time you sort of rotate it, another sort of component comes out. And at the very end, as you unroll the last part, there's like a little burlap pouch that you could keep all of them in. They just weren't all in that, because he didn't want to make like a bulge in the...
Perfect. Is there like, can I use that twine and basically like tie it under my shirt so that I have the pouch like attached to me?
You could. If someone was to like pat you down, they would feel that. But yes, you could do that.
Okay, I'm gonna do that because then I'll have my components on me.
Mm-hmm. You'd probably be safe to do that as long as you're still in the Wren Ward. You've seen that every time you leave and come back,
Yeah.
you get a nice, thorough
I
pat
will
down.
make sure that I
Yeah.
don't do that. But yeah, in the Wren Ward, I'm gonna have it like tied or sort of underneath my
Yeah.
shirt, and then.
It's like loose enough that it just kind of drapes over the pouch there.
Great.
He did also include, I think the spices were not included in the last batch.
Great.
He includes the spices as well.
Are the spices for like the whole gang? It's all.
It's
of our
all
spices?
of them, yeah, because he seemed to try and sort of make a delivery when he had the
Is that all?
ability
Okay.
to. So
I haven't seen my shit.
TC has not gotten his portion of it, but
And we don't have any
have my little
like
down
urine
there.
or anything.
Oh, that's right.
yes, the urine was not in there. That's probably a slightly larger vial that was harder to
That's
wrap.
no problem. So
Okay, awesome.
So the things you guys have not gotten yet are the urine. TC hasn't gotten his share of like the cigarettes and stuff. And was there one other thing?
The knives, the little knives.
Yeah, like whittling knives. Yeah. Yep.
Can I reach? If I reach through one of the bars, can I get like hand Doxley spices? Then I would like to do that. I'd like to hand her that.
Yeah, if you both reach out as far as you can hand some.
Pass it up.
Doxley will stroke your hand.
Oh yeah.
He didn't stroke my hand. My hand was right there.
Jealous boy.
So jealous. Wow.
Smells good.
You start to hear the racket of people kind of moving back up the stairs, and then you hear calling down from below, the same voice again. Ready on 3 and 4! 3 and 4! Ready for supper time! Get ready!
I'm gonna hide my spices back under my mattress, and I'll have to get a tailwind another time, I think.
Okay.
While that was taking place, if I went around the corner, I want to be coming back, and maybe that's happened. The shout has happened, but I want to get back to Nestor's.
Okay, so we'll say right as you get to the corner there, you hear, and he hears it as well. He's sitting in his cell, and he sort of gets up off his sort of off the cot there to sort of rise at the announcement of the supper time.
Yeah. You know, I heard tell of somebody that some of the other guards wished had been out there when we came across what we did. Now, having seen the rest of this ward, I can only imagine that they were talking about you. You might also end up finding out that somebody unlinked some chains to give people a fighting chance. And that was me. I just hope that were things to go to shit, you and I could fight side by side in that same way. And then move on.
Give me an insight check.
Ooh.
10. Nothing other than very surprised. Sort of like you can see that maybe he doesn't have a good or friendly or transactional relationship with any of the guards. Like he's quite taken aback by that. Like he's still processing it as you like leave and turn around the corner there.
Yeah, gotcha.
No?
He likes me.
Some more time kind of goes by as you wait for people to spiral back up. Was there something? Sorry.
Oh, it's probably gonna be in my shit.
No. Something else.
All right.
Get out of my shit, man.
As they return to floors 5 and 6, finally a couple officers are sort of pointed out. Someone goes up to TC and go up to the 3rd floor, take a couple of them. We're going to have officers in the front and the back to escort down to the mess hall. Thank you, Officer Welker.
Yes, sir.
Head back up. It's familiar grounds. Once you hear the gates closing on 5 and 6, they start to open. And just like you were kind of going out into the downwield, they get everybody out, hands, feet, they link them together, and like someone's in the front, TC in the back, 3rd floor, comes down the stairs, and they all start to walk in that direction. And the mess hall, which lies on the opposite side of the 1st floor where the kitchen is that you pass through. So there's like the officer's kitchen on this side, and then the mess hall for the prisoners on the opposite side. As you enter into it, there's a very long single table running through the center of the room, like almost like a picnic table style, but very, very elongated. And it leaves plenty of space around the perimeter for guards to stay posted. So there's a table in the center, like a good 7 or 8 feet, so the guards can be at the perimeter of the room without a prisoner being able to like reach over and grab something or, attack somebody. So there's 4 guards are on the back wall there, just keeping an eye on things as people come in and out. And as you're sort of escorted into the room here, one by one as you enter, they do, at the door, disconnect you from the linked chain, but the leg and hand irons stay on, similar to when you were mining. So you're not attached to other prisoners, but you are still sort of in the chains that are keeping you from running or doing anything foolhardy. Already set on the table, atop some wooden plates that look like they would neither break or really could be used as a weapon. They're just like these flat pieces of wood, basically. You see these mounds of lumpy orange porridge, some beans in a very watery green sauce, and some hunks of hardly fresh bread that look only marginally less rigid than the plates that they're sitting upon. In the next room over, you can hear the sounds of scrubbing and washing, so cleaning up from the prior group that was here in the mess hall. You can't see if it's prisoners or officers that are sort of the dedicated staff there, but you can hear the sounds of that. And slowly, one at a time, each person comes in, sits down, starts eating. And as you sort of sit down, you can pick your spot within reason. Like, they don't kind of let you kind of sort of mingle across the room, but, within the group that you're within.
When we were coming down, I assume we were all in a line from like A, B, C, D, whatever.
Yes.
Did we see the 4th floor people come down in a line? I'm trying to match Corbin's face to voice if I can figure out who's.
They have not come down yet. So you guys were the first to get to the mess hall, but presumably 4 is on their way at some point.
Okay. Great.
So, and as the guards kind of come in, almost like similar to when you were doing the actual mining at Plover Point, there's a slightly more casual atmosphere. The guards that are in here, they make sure that everyone comes in, sits down without incident, but then you'll see guards sort of catching up with each other, chatting. The prisoners, once they sit down and someone sits across from them, sort of, how's it going? Sort of just business as usual. You can talk to someone quietly without like someone sort of hovering over your shoulder there. So an opportunity to mingle as long as you're not sort of blatant about it with some of the other prisoners. And again, right now it's just floor 3, but presumably 4 is on their way.
And I stay in there with them.
Yes.
I'm one of the people on the outskirts.
Yep, you stay, and then when they're done, you escort them back.
I'll take the dice out from under my armpit.
Sure.
And put it under the side of a plate, or is it a bowl, or I don't know.
It's a plate.
So I'll put that under the side and try to catch Doc's eye. All right. Cool.
Illien's like, I haven't gotten to talk to anybody in that stupid corner cell.
I'm gonna sit on the other side, Illien.
Okay. The 3 of you sit. So are you guys sitting in a line or across from each other? L shape?
In a line.
In a line.
Okay.
Line? Just like this?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh my
sure.
God.
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
First thing I'm gonna say, so is there any noses I have to bash in, and then after that a skull if the message doesn't come through?
Nope.
Cool. What, did you know the names or the looks of these people that you ran into?
Nope.
Doc, fucking killing me.
All I know, Il, is they're most likely of the cast-offs. Do you remember that name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody named Carrot's pulling the strings, but he's not in this ward.
It's in the Eagle, so he's gonna be pretty occupied.
Yeah.
Sending minions to do his bidding.
I sent back a message. We'll see if he returns.
Oh gods, what was the message?
That I wanted to talk to him. Have a little negotiation. I've got a plan.
Did you mention send Illien next time so that he can have a nice talking with someone?
Nope. Illien, we're in prison. We're gonna get the shit kicked out of us sometimes.
Well, yeah, but we're brother sister. It makes sense to be like, hey, and we're both Tyruns, so we can tag team if they need to talk to the Tyruns or something.
You can try that.
And as you guys are just sitting and talking, the table's pretty wide, so you can have a quiet conversation with each other. But the people that sit across from you, Indira's one of them. She sits sort of across, minding her own business. And then the 2 other people that sit directly across from you are not people that you've spoken to. They were people that might have been in like L and K on the 3rd floor. So a couple other people, but not faces that you recognize. It's not Nestor. He sits like on the far end closest to the kitchen. And Porfirio also not sort of over with Nestor, but is further down the table. So he's not sort of in your vicinity.
That's okay with me. That's okay. Wow, so can't really talk very
No.
You can speak quietly. The other people are talking, so as long as they're talking as well, it's like you can have a conversation quietly.
I'll glance at Indira and then wait a sec. You already seem to know a lot about people that I haven't even heard about until just now.
I like to listen.
Must be-
I will try to fill him in on everything I told Doxley, so he
Okay.
knows.
Relay
Straight
some of the
up,
names, some of the people,
names,
places.
so that you know what's up. You know, the officers, all
You
of
take
the
this
stuff.
moment, a rare moment, to sort of cross-check information, say what you heard. Say
I'll tell him I got the delivery from Merwin of the spices. I will try to get them to him. I wasn't sure how this whole thing was gonna go down, but I'll get them to him.
To kind of ensure them privacy for Indira, I'll like quickly strike up a conversation with her. Excuse me. Is there a fella named Okamir in the Wren Ward? Half orc.
No, not that I know of.
Shame. Doxley, by the way.
Indira.
And while that conversation was happening, I'll fill in about Porfirio trying to frame me and what exactly happened and
How far away is he?
Porfirio?
Yeah.
Like,
I cast my spell.
five steps down a little bit.
Great, yeah. I'll
See him
cast
kind
my
of, he's
sliver
sitting
on-
there, he's kind of playing with his food a little bit. Like, he looks a little lost deep in thought there in his table.
I will cast Mind Sliver on him.
Oh my god.
Is there's a verbal component
Yeah,
to
just
that?
a verbal. And I'll basically like look at him and lean over to Illien and sort of cover my hand over my mouth, and I will say the magic word. And
Sort of narrow your eyes.
yeah, and I
And
will
this is
get
a
his ass.
intelligence saving
Intelligence saving throw.
is that Dwarvish? I don't recognize that. I'll speak Dwarvish.
Is fire.
Just gonna pat his arm. Oh boy.
15?
If it meets it, it saves.
Saves.
Oh
yeah.
my
So as
God.
he's sort of thinking there,
Damn.
he just flinches and
Wow.
Sometimes it don't work.
you can tell like he's not looking in your direction, but he feels like it's like something kind of just tickled at the back of his mind.
It's just like a little psychological torture when I can.
God.
He looks to the guy next to him who's like eating.
Yeah, fucking
Goes back to
And then yeah, just basically all I know from this point, I'll tell you about Corbin up top, the tube, and then also Indira was working with Porfirio to try to escape that cave and turn the cave in.
All right.
As you're relaying that information at this point, the fourth floor comes down, a line of people, one at a time.
I'm watching.
Maybe we can try to figure out who's Sammy and who's Corbin.
So as they are coming through, are you counting them basically?
Yeah, like
Because
A,
they're
B,
in
C, D,
order,
E,
yeah.
yeah.
So the E person, as they come around the corner, is someone who's sort of a short and almost emaciated, like shriveled up, like dwarven man. Like he's a little older than you expected, if it is indeed the right person. And he has a very thin, stringy beard that like starts out a little thicker, but then sort of trickles down into a long, thin line there. And he comes in, gets the chain sort of removed, and he goes and finds a spot. But if you're counting correctly, that's what it seemed to be. Sort of a very sort of thin, almost emaciated dwarven man.
All right, when they're all seated.
You see, you also watch Elliot come in there. He was in 4G there, so you watch the halfling kind of come in.
When they all get seated, I just want to say to Doc, well, the Tyruns are pretty cool. And I'll look at him.
Over at Corbin, is that who you're trying to
Yeah.
look at? He's eating.
Fuck.
What the fuck was that?
I'm trying to catch that man's eyes.
Oh, I
He's
see.
right above me. In the,
Oh, I see. Okay.
Throw one of your grapes at him or something. I don't know.
Maybe keep the Tyrun shit to a minimum.
Yeah. I
I'm not-
happen to agree.
I'm proud of who I am.
Don't
Yeah.
care if you're proud of who you are. If you start shit in the mess hall, you lose mess hall privileges.
Can't talk about my happy family. Well, never mind.
Guys, you already put a target on your back a little bit, so let's, which was great. We got it out there. Let's not, constantly pick at a big open wound.
Okay.
Was that Indira that said that?
Yeah, that was Indira.
How far down is he? Like,
He kind of is close to Porfirio, like not next to him, but one seat between them, so 5 seats down or something. At this point, though, because both wards are now here in the mess hall, there are no empty seats. Like there's only enough seats for 2 blocks worth of people, so it's full all the way across the benches there. As TC is sort of just standing at the perimeter.
Yeah. The guards aren't really getting close to they're staying really on the outskirts.
Yes,
just
definitely.
talking
Yep,
to each other.
around the perimeter. Yep, and it doesn't seem like it's guard dinner time either. Like they're not eating. They're sort of posted, doing their job. One guy kind of just saunters, sort of. He was already the next person over, but there was a little gap between you, and he closes the gap a little bit, sort of seeing a face. It's a sea elf man, so he's sort of the bluish skin, and he wanders over. Almost done with your first shift, huh?
Welker. And I'll put my hand out.
Puts his hand out, gives it a shake there. Let me remember his name. Officer Notley.
Pleasure.
How'd it go? Heard there was a bit of a mess out at Plover.
Yeah. Lost a few, didn't we? Gods.
Seems like every day we lose one.
One guard?
No, prisoner. Not one guard. No, we'd be out of guards by then.
Yeah. I think we lost a guard or two as well.
I haven't gotten a full report yet, and I saw Fleck filling out the work.
And I'll kind of show off maybe, some bruising, battle scarring. I'm like,
I was in the thick of it, if I don't say so myself.
That's a good one. He gives like a little squeeze, like just before. He's not like doing it. He's like, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, that's real. Yeah.
Gives you a little bit of cred with the other guards to have a battle scar.
Something good came out of it other than my life, I suppose.
You staying in Little Hollow?
Sorry. The prisoners have places here at the prison?
The guards?
The guards.
So there is a, you can stay in Fort Contrition. There's like, very rudimentary like cots and rooms and stuff. Or outside of Fort Contrition, but within Little Hollow, are like the homes and things.
Oh, shit.
So
I thought I stayed in the prison.
You can stay. Some people do. That's why he's asking. Like some people just grab a cot in the prison, because those are provided for you.
Yeah.
Those are free.
Okay.
Like staying at the prison.
Because we didn't go over that with I didn't go over that with anyone.
No, I mean you have some. I think you guys stashed some money on hand, didn't you guys?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like if you wanted to not stay at the
Right.
prison, you don't have to.
I thought I'd at least try it out, stay close. I am pretty tired. I haven't had a chance to set myself up there yet.
You give it a try, and I guarantee you'll be renting a room the next night.
I'm sure. Is that where you are, out in Little Hollow?
Yeah, I got a place just a little bit past the FCI offices.
Gotcha. Yeah, I will be ready to put my head down tonight.
Where'd you transfer in from?
PCD.
Oh.
PDC. Sorry.
I knew what you meant.
I'm not lying when I say I got knocked around. I took a heavy hit out there.
I believe you.
Brain's still shaking around in my skull a little bit.
Nobody gave you any trouble yet, did they?
Trouble? No, I suppose nothing out of the ordinary.
My first day, I had 3 prisoners try to buy my allegiance.
Wow. No, so far I think I've just found the tightness of Garland's hindquarters.
Ah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. He gives you kind of a knowing. He doesn't. He doesn't add on to it, but you can tell that Garland's got a bit of a reputation.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, he sort of gives you a smile, but he doesn't want to be trash talking. Sort of one of the
Right.
higher officers.
Right.
So. Gives you a little nod. Anyway, I'll let you be.
Nice to meet you.
Slides back over along the wall. Anything else as you guys are kind of sitting there? Good.
The person to the left of Indira, whom I don't know.
Yep, you don't know.
I want to catch their eye.
Sure, you do so. It's a human man, sort of. He's on the younger side. He might kind of be in his late 20s, and he has a sort of big, full black beard on both. Sort of, it's almost shaved in the center, a little mutton chops-esque. And he's sort of eating away. You can see as he's sort of spooning the porridge. Sometimes it gets kind of stuck in the beard there, and he.
Do we have an idea what, block he was in?
I'll say you because you were marching. We'll say that was we'll call that K. So that's K.
Okay.
Yeah, 3K. We'll call that one.
Okay. Cool.
When he's eating and he catches some in his beard, I'm gonna say, smart, saving some later in your flavor saver, I see.
he goes to the side. He like nudges Indira. Goes back to her food there.
I'm glad you enjoyed that one.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was good, I guess.
Got him.
Name's Illien, by the way.
Gary.
Gary.
Sorry. I'm recovering from the naws.
Oh God. I heard about that going around.
Spread through the Wren Ward. He sort of reaches over. There's some cups of water that have been set out, and he sort of takes a big swig.
But recovering, that's on the up and up.
Yeah, I know that not everybody was so lucky.
Right. Well, I'm in 3E, so if I seem a little jabbery, I've been in darkness all day, so it's nice to have another person laugh with me.
It's funny, other person on the corner, Nestor, he sort of motions down to the Goliath.
Oh, yeah.
Over there. He's in a corner too, and he doesn't say a fucking thing.
It's just my first day. Give it time. It'll take me over, but not if I have you to talk to. A beam of sunshine.
Yeah. There's like a pitcher of water. He's not pouring alcohol. He's just pouring water. Woo!
Do they change the food out every day, or is this kind of what we're doing every day?
He looks down to his plate.
Like a dog, like, what is going on?
I'll change the food out. That's a good one.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
That's too bad. All right, well, nice to meet you, Gary. What's your favorite bit about prison?
Annabel has it out.
Favorite bit about prison. This guy.
Fine, dog, I'm fine.
You're doing great.
This guy fucking kills me. And this guy's laughing. Some of the guards are like, all right, enough. Get to your meal. Keep eating.
All right, I'll have a couple more zingers for you tomorrow.
Oh, can't wait. Funny guy.
Who's the guy next to Gary? What's his fucking deal?
There's another halfling, not Elliot. You know, there's a halfling next, and every time he laughs, he kind of nudges the halfling, and because he's much smaller than him, he gets kind of like jostled to the side there. He has kind of like a bowl cut that's cut like just above the eyebrows there, and each time he kind of goes. Keeps eating. So the halfling's like across from you.
Yeah.
So Illien's across, Doxley's across from Indira. Illien's across from Gary.
And where do I think that guy was?
Yeah, we'll say he's actually B. So he was pretty close to the front there as you were coming in.
Okay, cool.
You said he was a halfling?
Yeah, halfling with a bowl cut.
Nice.
We've all been there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. But he's not talkative.
No, I mean, sometimes when Gary sort of gives him a nudge, he sort of plays along and, yeah, he's funny. Yeah. He goes back to his eating. Okay. TC, give me a perception check as this is happening here.
Yeah, I guess so.
17.
17, okay. As sort of all this meal's happening, people are eating, a little bit of chatting, at a certain point, Officer Garland came into the room, and he seems like he's just making some usual rounds. He kind of comes into the room, gives a look up and down as he passes by officers. Officer, moving up and down. And when he kind of gets by, you see people kind of straighten up a little bit, just sort of a little less casual posture. But he doesn't seem like he's sort of looking for anything in particular. So he's been just browsing, keeping an eye, making sure he has a sort of good feel for the inmates, and seeing if he notices anything unusual between them. And at a certain point, as he's moving down the table, someone who's another officer in green and gray comes in very, very quickly, like through the door, looks around, sees Garland, and sort of moves along, taps him on the shoulder.
How close am I?
It's distance-wise not far, but you're on the other side of the table. Like this is on the opposite side of the room that this is happening.
Can I under the guise of like seeing what a prisoner might be doing kind of right in front of me, can I just kind of get closer to try to hear like what they might be
Give me a
talking
perception check with disadvantage. There's a lot of chatter, so it's tough. But maybe you might pick up a couple words.
Oh my god, 2 out of 3. Perception 11.
11, yeah. You can't pick up anything in particular that's being discussed. But you do see as he sort of taps him, Garland listens. Motions, the guy sort of goes away.
I don't recognize that guard.
No. I mean, you might have seen him around, but you don't
but
know him
I
by
haven't talked
name.
to
Yeah,
him.
you have not talked to him personally.
Okay.
Garland looks around the room. Officer Welker, join me. Kind of out the door there.
I look at my other guards like, you got this. You got this.
The guy next to you sort of.
Yeah.
Beware of that. Beware of the tight ass.
I'm a slippery one. Thanks.
You walk by him. Great. But you guys see this. I mean, he said Officer Welker, motion for him.
Yeah.
You clock all this. None of it was like private.
Yeah.
But he does leave the room after he says that. He heads back out into the kind of.
There's no other guards, like, as he walks away doing, like.
Give me a perception check, but nothing that obvious. But you might pick up something.
Yeah, can I see if anybody...
Yeah, give me a perception. Illien, you can as well.
16.
16,
22.
22.
5.
Doxley and Annabel, as you just can hear Officer Welker being called for, you give a look up and over your shoulder at the other guards. The only thing you pick up on is the fact that people, the one who came in and delivered the message, seems a little sort of nervous and antsy. Like he looks to some of the other guards and gives them sort of a quick smile. And then as the other guards, a couple other guards kind of come together, whisper to each other. Nobody seems to know what's going on other than that one guy who came in. So there's some confusion among the guards that are posted in here.
No, I'm the one that needs help.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys see that?
Who's right next to me?
I'm gonna say that is another halfling, and you don't know this, but it's Elliot. He's the sort of pockmarked, he's sort of broad-shouldered but skinny legs.
Spit in his
sitting
food
next
for
to you.
me, will you?
Okay.
You head out into the hall there, and he's waiting, and he's got his arms crossed, and he's sort of stroking his chin a little bit, thinking.
Is everything all right?
Yes. How did your rounds go today?
Uneventful.
When you were out there at Plover Point, fighting amongst the rabble, did you take note of any standouts?
Those who performed, or those who perhaps should not be out there?
The former. We have a problem.
Huh.
And it would be my preference to throw prisoners at that problem and not officers, of which we have already lost more than one today.
Is this a problem in the downwield or in the prison?
I would like you to keep this to yourself, Officer Welker.
Of course.
We had a problem with plague rats recently spreading the gnaws through the prison.
I heard about this.
We thought we eliminated that problem. But I've just been informed that our optimism was not well founded. And perhaps with the promise of recreational time or other tangible rewards, we might entice certain prisoners to deal with the problem again so we do not lose further officers.
Don't think you'll get volunteers, do you?
I would like this problem to be solved and not to just have a bunch of bodies in the basement. So I'm asking you, based on your impressions of the groups that were out today, if there's anyone who might actually get rid of these rats.
I think I might be able to find out a handful.
I will abide by your recommendations and expertise, as well as that of another officer who I believe knows the population very well.
Who might that be?
Officer Thornfield.
All right.
He was in a similar situation in the Downfield wherein there was a bit of a dust-up. So, I believe he is also well suited to recommend certain people for this assignment.
No, I didn't see him out there, but I've seen the size of one Goliath on this ward. Is that someone you were thinking of?
My impression is that Nestor is more of a worker than he is a fighter.
I suppose I could see that.
I need to gather more information. Wait here and think for me, would you?
Sure. I also might not know names. I might have to describe for you.
Descriptions are fine. Officer Thornfield will be able to match the descriptions to the names. He is well versed with the Wren Ward.
Fair enough.
Let me get the full report.
How many exactly would you like?
Let's start with 5.
I'll think on it.
Just you, Officer Welker, for now.
Just me, as in?
As in, don't tell other officers that don't already know.
Of course.
We faced a bit of criticism for how the plague was handled, as some officers did, in fact, contract the gnaws.
That is a shame.
I'll be right back. Sort of push the door open, see people kind of eating at the table, a little bit of the din of the mess hall kind of comes out. Some of the heads, just because that interaction looked urgent, as you open the door back up, there's like a whole bunch of like people just kind of looking over their shoulder, the group as well, as they're eating. Just kind of looks up.
Just kind of nonchalant. Just make my way back into the wall.
And that's where we're going to end for tonight's episode. As the gnaws continue to rear their ugly...
I want to fight! I want to shoot rats! No fair!
You might be leading them there.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't say... I could have said that. I could have been like, yeah, I want to do it.
Yeah. Just me. Send me in.
One man
Come
army.
here, Coach. Can you, before we start doing our thank yous, open up the TaleSpire map for the prison? I think people wanted to see how our floors were constructed again.
Yes. It's not... we can definitely do that.
Oh, okay.
There's more cells than look on the map, because I used someone else's beautiful map that they made, but in my head, the prison's bigger than it is in this map, but we can definitely do
I think people wanted to see how, like, atrium prisons and then the outer perimeter hallways worked.
Mm-hmm.
We can.
I remembered. I gotcha.
So
Where'd you got it?
here, yep. So here's the front of the prison that we went into that first time. So here is the atrium. So if I bring it all the way up. Oops. Yeah. So there's a big open area in the center, and a bunch of the cells you can see. So you can see them there and there. They look out into that center. So Illien is at a corner one that doesn't have a view out into this center atrium. And what was the other thing you were asking?
And then the hallways and how, like, the doorway, like, the doors to the cells are located.
We get just below, So if this is the spot where, oh good, that's locked. So this is the spot where Officer Welker goes, Welker on 3, and they open the door. They open this door, and then TC walks through the hallway here, and he's got cells on the interior. This is like an Illien cell in this little corner. So he would go around the perimeter, and again, there's less cells.
Storage closet.
The king's suite.
This would be Indira, right? Yes,
Yeah.
Indira, and then Doxley, and again, there's more cells because it's bigger than it actually is. But that's what the layout looks like. So the cells are all on the inner perimeter of the atrium. Like, there's no cells on the exterior. Like, there's no one across from you guys.
Nobody has a view of, like, the sky.
No, you only have a view. There is a skylight if we go all the way up. Yes,
So maybe the sixth
this
floor
is
people.
this is open, so it's
wow.
open to the outside. The atrium is open to the outside.
So when it rains, it just like
Yeah, it just gets wet. There's some drainage at the bottom. There's some like little aqueduct gutter kind of things that feed the water elsewhere. But yeah, when it rains,
kinda nice.
it just gets wet on the interior there of the thing.
Gotcha.
So that's what it
Wow.
looks like. Really awesome map.
It's big.
Yeah, it is big. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. But again, so there's less there, but there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 prisoners on each floor, assuming they're all full. As you go around from A through M.
Cool.
All
Thanks,
right.
Matt.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Wow.
Awesome stuff. You guys learned some good stuff this episode. Some new connections, new names. A lot
Holy
of
smokes.
yeah, we're slowly filling out our Wren Ward map.
Our guess who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a Goliath? Is
Does he have a flavor saver?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Illien finally found.
Finally made a friend.
Gary knows how to laugh.
Gary.
Holy smokes.
my
that
God.
was very, very silly. Oh yeah, Classic Sam NYGM, thank you so much for the raid. If you're
Thank
still
you.
here, welcome.
Hey,
Hope
we
you had a lovely
enjoyed.
stream.
Yes.
That's us for tonight. We'll be here at the same time next week. In addition,
Set
3
Jordan,
o'clock.
Saturday, Daggerheart 3
Eastern. 3 Eastern. Please stop by, say hi, watch the wonderful Jordan take the DMG.
Yeah.
Is it a Game Master in? Is that what it's
It's
called?
Game Master.
Game
yeah,
Master.
yeah, yeah.
JM.
JM.
That's your
GM.
GM.
That's your
That's my
actual
initials.
Yeah. Jordan Master.
Aw, thanks.
Stop by, say hi, check out the cast. They'd be happy to have
Check
you.
out the Discord. We'll
Um,
probably be making like another channel in the Discord too, so that people can chat about the Daggerheart and have thoughts on how the game works and runs and stuff.
Crazy.
Crazy.
And we have a guest next week.
Oh yeah.
Oh
we do.
Yeah.
No fair.
So come on by
excited.
next week.
Who is
No one's
this?
missing.
Yep.
Crazy.
We have an open seat, so we're adding a guest to the mix.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
man.
excited.
Mystery
Did you say a
guest.
new guest or?
No, it's
Daniel
open
Radcliffe?
seat.
No, I just mean, is it somebody we haven't had on before? Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe yes, maybe no.
So come check out that as well as we figure out who exactly is coming into our
big
world.
weekend.
So many
Wow.
exciting things
Big
happening at
weekend.
twitch.tv/tabletopnotch.
Wow. Oh, we'll miss you until then.
Have a wonderful week, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Cheers from us here at Tabletop Notch. We'll see you next week.
Cheers.
Bye.
Many cheers. Good night.